Hi, my name's Leon, and I'm hung like a monster. I mean, welcome to the WardCast. Do me a favor and roundhouse kick the shit out of that like button. If we get enough likes, I'll push Ashley into a volcano. Who doesn't want to see that? Enjoy the episode.
Hi. Well, I was first to like, so there we go.
Is it a is it a black screen for you? What the
It
fuck?
is, yeah.
Why is it doing that?
Wow, wow, wow,
Well, there
wow.
we go.
This is
Technical
what you get for trying
difficulties,
to be
as
funny.
always. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the WardCast. Every Saturday, we're here live for your viewing or listening pleasure to talk about what matters most: video game news, machinima, survival horror, and just games in general. I'm your host, Sean Clark, alongside Alec Foonhell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that didn't work.
All
What?
right. More technical difficulties. And
Yeah.
Shayla Hill.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us this week. This week is going to be the Requiem episode. Granted, the entire episode isn't going to be like entirely Resident Evil Requiem themed or anything, but a good chunk of it will be dedicated to talking about that. Um, so we're going to kind of go into that and just talk in depth about our opinions and the game itself and all that good shit. And the Machinima Showcase will also be inspired by Requiem as well. But
Mhm.
don't worry, before we get into the Requiem deep dive, all of the we're going to put up a spoiler thingy. So, like, you guys will have a window of time to turn away, put us on mute, do whatever you have to do so you're not spoiled. But hey, it's been a week, you know. If you wanted to play it, you should have played it. But yeah, so during the parts where spoilers are happening, we'll have the banner up. So it'll be indicated that we're talking about spoilery stuff. And then when it's safe to watch, that banner won't be there. So pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's get into it. Other than Resident Evil Requiem, we'll be talking about Mortal Shell 2, an indie survival horror title called She's Leaving. We have the Requiem inspired Machinima Showcase with 2 videos to watch. Then it's Game Time with Game Face and I Spy, followed by Nobody Asked Us. No Jazz this week. She's a bit under the weather and in recovery mode, so she had to skip this week. Plus, she doesn't give a shit about Resident Evil Requiem anyway, so
Requiem.
it worked. It worked out okay. Aw, it's a jazz memento
Yeah.
Mm.
in her honor. So Alec, why don't you start us off? How was your week?
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly take it away from the usual things from what I usually say. Because yesterday, after 13 years, like 2 or 3 scans, multiple GPs, multiple doctors, multiple nurses, I finally got a diagnosis of why I can't seem to sit still longer than 5 seconds sometimes. So I'm going to post that into what I've got into the thingy now because I can't fucking pronounce it. But yeah, um, I have Axe Spa. So I've been diagnosed with its disability under UK law. And yeah, that explains why I've been the way I am since 2013 and why I've steadily got worse and worse. So if you ever wondered why I'm going that way, it's just that. Yeah, yeah.
Jazz.
It's official.
And I just find it ironic that, I called myself Axeman, which is short for Ace Extreme, the nickname. And it's like the start of the thing I got diagnosed, shortened down, is Axe Spa.
That is kind of ironic,
Yeah.
isn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
It all
brought this
makes
on
perfect
yourself.
sense.
You summoned
I
it.
know. I'll just call
Careful.
myself queer more often. But yeah, yeah, so I got that. Other than that, I got the Platinum for Resident Evil Rectum, and just to gloat a little bit, I made sure when I saw the ending of like when I got it, I checked when Sean got it, and when Michael got it, chatted to everyone else. I'm like, yes, I've beaten everyone to it. It's like, yeah. Fuck
I
you.
was taking my sweet ass time. Don't be too proud.
Yeah, we don't have Axe body spray here. We have Lynx. But yeah, that was my week. It's been an eventful. It was like ever since yesterday morning. It's just like a lot of shit was thrown in my face. Is like, oh fuck, I got a diagnosis. It is lifelong. There's no cure for it, but whatever.
I mean, is there treatment at least? Can they do
Uh,
anything?
yeah, so that actually brings up another little joke. You remember Metal Gear Awesome by Ego Raptor?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So a fan did a Metal Gear's Awesome 4 kind of parody of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's a bit in the MGS4 parody of it where old Snake is going to stab himself with a gigantic needle. And when the doctor was explaining to me that a certain medication is an injectable, and as soon as she said that, I was just like, "Oh, I'm going to stab myself with a gigantic needle. Oh, awesome!" She was trying her best to be serious, and just in my head, I'm just like, "Oh." So yeah, it will be hopefully managed, but it will take a little while. But yeah, Shayla, your week.
I played Resident Evil Requiem the whole time. So we'll obviously talk about that later. But I was kind of in a crunch to get it done by the podcast. So I babied out on a couple of things.
A
I
couple
ended.
things.
Hey! I even ended up streaming the last part of it. So like the last 5 hours, I basically spent like all of Thursday just trying to finish the game. And then I actually haven't had time for much of anything else besides that. Although it's funny that I thought you were going to bring up something else, Alec, because I just recently caught on YouTube they did a like retrospective of the first Metal Gear Awesome. Like they had Ego Raptor,
Yes, I've seen that.
yeah, like revisit it. And
Hmm.
one of the things he mentioned that I had no idea, but Meryl in Metal Gear Awesome is voiced by Kira Buckland. Do you know who she is?
Nope.
She's kind of a big deal now. She voices like 2B and Jolene in JoJo's. Like she's kind of a big deal now, which is really cool. So I was like, holy shit. I
Good
didn't
for her.
realize that was her.
Mm.
But yeah, that's been my week playing. We'll talk about Requiem all together. But yeah, that's it,
Yeah.
really. Sean, how was your week?
Requiem. That was my
Yeah,
week.
yeah, yeah.
Pretty much literally. Yeah, I beat it 4 times, got the platinum trophy. Saw pretty much everything there is to see. Uh, so I have a question. When you guys, well, I know you didn't do this yet, Shayla, but Alec, when you played Insanity difficulty, did you cheat or did you do it legitimately? Did you use infinite ammo?
Come on. What
God
do you
damn
think?
it.
You know he
I
did.
did things the right way. Come on.
Jesus Christ. So I played it legitimately on Insanity difficult and it was fucking insanely hard. So the Insanity difficulty is appropriately named because it was pretty rough, but it's almost like playing a completely different game entirely because the mechanics even change a bit. But yeah, that was something. Um I did an extra playthrough too to capture footage for 2 reasons. One to have all the cutscenes recorded to start work on the machinima that I'm going to eventually do, and 2 to put together kind of a deep dive Requiem video, just kind of getting into the weeds of the game and kind of like what we're going to be doing today, but just deeper. Just kind of analyzing the entire video game and all the pros and the cons and the Easter eggs and kind of talk about everything in depth. Um, so I don't know how long it's going to take to put together that video, but I do want to make that happen. I wanted to do that with some of the other remake titles and other Resident Evil games, but I just never got around to doing it. But I'd really like to to make that happen for Requiem. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how much time it takes, but that could be cool. Um, and so like when I was recording too, I unfortunately came to the conclusion that I'm not going to, or at least I don't think I'm going to be able to make the machinima with the PS5 version because um in the other Resident Evil games like 2 remake and 3 remake and I think even 7 and Village, all those games allow you to disable like the button prompts that come up or uh like you know how it highlights the items, like the things that you can pick up. There's like
Mm-hmm.
a circle there. The older games allowed you to turn that off, but for some reason in Requiem you can't do that.
Hmm.
Like they're locked in no matter what you do. Like you can still disable like the reticle for aiming and you can turn off the HUD like the health bar, but for some reason you can't turn off the item indicators and stuff like that. So and it's really intrusive, you know, like there's almost always something on the screen, something to pick up, or like a you know when you're going to kick an enemy or whatever or hit him with the axe or something like that, you know, there's always a button prompt on screen for something that's going on. You know, you kill things and that, you know, like there's numbers on this, like there's all kinds of things that are constantly happening, and there's just no way for me to really get around that, and it's just kind of going to ruin the experience for me. I did some research and I found out that the PC version does allow you to, you know, there's a mod that you can remove it. So I'll probably have to just wait and get yet another fucking copy on PC. I really don't want to have to buy it again, but I think that's really the only way that I can make it in a way that's going to be satisfying to me. Because I really wanted to go in and make it like really immersive. You know, I wanted to go through and not even have the reticle, so it's completely, you know, there's no gamey mechanics on screen. It's just more of a cinematic presentation, and I just can't do that on console. So, but I have a video to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Yeah. So this is just the beginning. This isn't spoilery or anything like that.
Oh my
But it just
god, a
kind
woman
of
gets kicked in the face.
it kind of shows you all the things I'm talking about. Like at the top right hand of the screen there, you can see the numbers pop up, the melee
Yeah.
attacks, the counters. Like almost everything that you do has some kind of a button prompt or indicator, and it's just like it ruins everything. See, it was there again. And again.
This comms Bane, Sean. Come on.
Yeah, it's like Call of Duty. Like, what the fuck? And it's like by the time I'm done killing all these zombies, there's all kinds of shit, like bullets and herbs and shit on the ground to pick up, and it ruins everything. So yeah, it's just annoying. It's just not gonna be what I wanted it to be, but yeah, we'll see. I was just excited to kind of get a start on it with the machinima and just going through it. Like at least I have all the cutscenes ready to go. And I've played it enough that you know I can kind of imagine what I would do gameplay wise, so like I can kind of get it going at least. But I don't really want to record any of the gameplay stuff until I can get it on PC. So just a little disappointing. What the fuck are you talking about, Jazz?
It was Grace.
It was Grace.
It was Grace.
Um, but yeah, lots and lots of Requiem. What else? I think that was pretty much it. I worked a little bit on that dual music video. It's almost done ish. It's getting close. And yeah, my PC might be dying, or my fan on my PC might be dying. I can't really tell which it is, but my PC is just getting like really, really, really loud. And when you open up like your task manager and you look at um like your performance on your PC, like how much of your processor is being utilized or whatever. It's like skyrocketing. So I don't know if it's a cooling issue because my fan is dying or if my PC is going to fucking explode. But hopefully it's not too big of a deal. But that's the thing that's going on. And yeah, that was pretty much my week trying to do some machinima stuff and playing Requiem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rectum.
Rectum. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Which brings us to news time. Just give me 1 second.
1 second.
1 second. Oh no. Don't do that.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Why? Why did it do? Oh my god. It's doing it? It's playing?
News.
Did it play twice?
No.
That was weird. So when you said that it was playing, like I saw nothing, and then when it stopped, it played for me. But you said it wasn't playing, so I don't know what the fuck is going on.
And now we
Anyway.
got Shayla's.
Oh my god. It never fails. There you go. You get the whole screen.
Oh my god, there's news about Shayla?
Yeah, Shayla's in the news. There we go.
Reporting today. Oh.
But I'm going to have to fix you over here too. So
Okay,
there you
okay.
go.
Today
She's in the
on
news again.
Shayla's report. Shayla's swinging report. Oh, I'm canceled already.
Canceled.
Canceled.
It wouldn't be a podcast without technical difficulties. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. Mortal Shell 2 looks like a massive step up from the original. The first Mortal Shell performed fairly well for an indie Souls-like. It sold around 500,000 copies in its first 9 months, and eventually crossed 1 million units by the end of 2023. Not exactly blockbuster numbers, but still a solid success for a smaller studio, and more importantly, the game was very well received by fans of the genre. Because of that, seeing a sequel arrive 5 years later came as a bit of a surprise. But if the early footage is anything to go by, developer Cold Symmetry is clearly aiming to make a much bigger impact this time around. Mortal Shell 2 is promising beautifully grim visuals, faster and more brutal combat, a more explorable open world, and a deeper upgrade system that expands on the original game's mechanics. The game also leans even harder into its disturbing aesthetics, with twisted creature designs and haunting environments that look like they're ready to give Bloodborne a run for its money. And since From Software doesn't seem interested in giving fans a Bloodborne sequel anytime soon, Cold Symmetry may be more than happy to fill that dark gothic void. Mortal Shell 2 is currently scheduled to launch in 2026 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. If you want to get a taste of the game early, a beta test is planned for early 2026, and players can sign up through the official Mortal Shell website for a chance to jump in before launch. Have you guys played the first Mortal Shell at all?
Nope, this is the first time
Nope.
hearing of it.
I've heard of it, but not played it.
I mean, it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I played quite a bit of the first one. I didn't get very far because I kept dying. Because I mean, that's kind of the name of the game. It's a Souls-like, so it's kind of designed to kill you a lot. But yeah, I liked it. It actually grabbed my attention a little bit more than like a Dark Souls, or I played a little bit of Bloodborne, and I liked it more than Bloodborne as well. But it seemed to kind of have a little bit less polish as some of those games because obviously it's a smaller company. But yeah, the new one looks amazing visually, gameplay wise. Like the combat looks like it's a lot of fun, and there's like crazy finishers and stuff. It looks really impressive. So it's definitely something to keep an eye out on if you like crazy action games or Souls like games or anything like that. Yeah,
I might
looks
check
cool.
it out.
Stop it. There we go. She's Leaving is a first person psychological horror game that drops players into a chilling investigation. You step into the role of Charles Dalton, a seasoned forensic analyst called to a remote snow covered home in the isolated region of Haywood. Several people have vanished without explanation, and the authorities have reached a dead end. Dalton has been brought in as a last resort to analyze the scene and uncover what really happened inside the house. Using the real world methods and tools of a professional forensic investigator, players must carefully examine the environment, collect evidence, reconstruct events, and piece together the disturbing truth behind the disappearances. Blood spatter patterns, hidden traces of DNA, environmental clues, and subtle details throughout the house all play a role in building the story. Every room hides something, sometimes a clue, sometimes something far worse. But this investigation quickly becomes more than a simple case. Dalton soon realizes he isn't alone in the house. Something moves through the halls. Doors open when no one's there. Footsteps echo where no one should be standing. As the night drags on and the snowstorm outside traps you inside, the line between investigator and victim begins to blur. With only a taser for protection, survival becomes a tense balancing act. Players must decide when to stand their ground and when to run. The house itself becomes a maze of dark corridors, locked rooms, and hidden passages, forcing you to think quickly and conserve your limited defenses. Blending forensic investigation, environmental storytelling, and tense survival horror, She's Leaving challenges players to stay calm, analyze every detail, and uncover the truth before the house claims another victim. She's Leaving is available now on Steam for $6.99 with a playable demo available for those who want to try it out. It's a pretty cool little game. I played a demo of it a while ago, and I really enjoyed what I played. So if you like kind of slower paced, kind of like less action focused games, it's pretty good. There is a little bit of action in terms of like you can defend yourself. You have like a stun gun, and you have like a couple of shots that you can do before you have to find more ammo and reload. So you can kind of, fight back against the enemies and things like that. But you can't kill anything. It's a lot of like kind of sneaking around, hiding, and then you have your taser gun to kind of lean on a little bit. But yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. Have you guys even heard of it at all?
No.
No? Yeah, it's worth
No.
checking out, especially for like $7. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you're interested, you can check out that demo. It's free to download, and if you like it, $7 get you the whole thing.
It reminds me of like Phasmo a little bit.
Uh, no, not really. How? What reminds you of that?
Just
Just like the style, the visual style, or what?
yeah, I like the visual style and like the ghost hunting, but you can't actually like do anything really. You're more like investigating kind of.
Yeah, I mean, from what I could tell, it's not like a
I don't mean it in a
ghost
bad way,
story.
but
Yeah, no, I'm just like I played Phasma as well a little bit. It's nothing like that. It's
mm.
more um I don't even really know what to compare it to. In ways it's a little bit like Condemned, like if you
Oh,
removed the combat
okay.
and like you just gave him like the character from that game a stun gun, like it's similar
Mhm.
to that. Cuz like you're
Okay.
going through and you're like looking for like where the people died, like the crime scenes, and you have these tools that you have to like use to kind of scan the environment and look at the blood patterns and solve puzzles that way and stuff. And like while you're doing that, there's stalker enemies walking around that are going to be looking for you. And if they, you know, if
Okay.
they start pursuing you, like you can shoot them with the taser, or you can run and hide and sneak around and stuff like that. So
That's
it's kind of a
cool.
little bit like Condemned and a little bit like Outlast ish combination.
Okay.
But yeah, I liked what I played. Seemed pretty cool, and it's definitely worth $7. So yeah, but yeah, that's all the news that we have for this week. I didn't have a chance to do the third one that I wanted. It was going to be about Sony and their stupid live service fucking game plan that's falling apart. But we'll talk about that next week. It's yeah, Marathon. I think did Marathon come out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind
Or
of
it's at least in
ties
early
into
access.
Marathon. Yeah. Cuz I feel like that's kind of the end of their plan was Marathon, and Marathon's not
Mhm.
doing too well either, so yeah, they fucked up. They fucked up big. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to impact them as a company and what they're going to be doing going forward. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all the news. So next we're gonna just kind of get right into Requiem. I want to talk about Requiem.
Spoilers.
I shall play the alert.
Spoiler alert. If you see the spoiler thing on screen, we're going to talk about potential spoilers. If you not want to hear the spoilers, put your thingy on mute until spoiler screen is off.
What is the thingy?
See you later.
All
That's
right.
what I want to know. So yeah, I didn't really structure how we want to do this, but I figured maybe we'll just kind of break it down into like gameplay, kind of visual graphics and presentation, and then story, characters, and writing, and then
Yeah.
overall, I guess, do that.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So gameplay. What did you guys think of the gameplay?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It was a little too. Some parts were a little too scary for me. But and then the Leon parts, I was surprised how much the action, and this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I was kind of anticipating more like Resident Evil 4, and I felt like I was getting a little more like Resident Evil 6, which surprised me. Um,
I don't know why that surprised you.
because Resident Evil Remake 4 remake was more like recent, so I was expecting it to be a little more like that. Um, I don't know. It was surprising, I guess. But overall, like as far as like gameplay, I thought it was pretty solid. There were like a couple like nitpicky things I had as far as like how the enemies functioned, but and a little bit other than being too scary, I thought it was pretty good.
So, just out of curiosity, I don't know, like the fact that it's too scary, like is that a negative in your opinion?
Mm,
Because that's kind of the goal is
yeah,
to be
I
scary.
know. I don't see it as a negative, that's for sure. I see it more of like um my limitations on things where it's like I kind of like I found myself getting into um some of the more recent Resident Evils better, but I realized like the scare factor for me was making me like freeze up and freak out a lot. So I feel like I played like shite. But that's good. I was more surprised because Resident Evil hasn't been scary in like decades. So I was like, "Oh my god!"
Well, you thought RE2 remake was scary too, right?
No. I thought it
No.
was intense, but
Bullshit. I remember you being scared of that game. Don't lie.
I'll find an old episode of the WardCast where you're saying, "Oh God, it scared me shitless."
okay, maybe. Well, okay. I think it scared me in the sense that um it was intense, but I wasn't like scared of the zombies the way like there was a part in the hall, and this is like I guess a positive for the game. But that part in the beginning of Grace had the tension so high for me. When I turned the light on and saw the horse at the end of the hall, I actually like screamed and freaked out and had nightmares. And then my friend told me later, like that was a statue. I was like, oh, I guess I'll go play. And then the big scary lady came out and scared me worse.
Danger underwear time, was it?
I will say though, it was kind of weird how it was such a stark contrast. It's like the Grace parts literally had me like shaking in my boots, and then the Leon parts are like, yeah, let's go. It's
Yeah,
kind of a weird contrast.
they said that's kind of what they wanted to accomplish is like having Leon come in as a release of the tension. So like they wanted to kind of do exactly what you're saying they did, where it's
Yeah.
like it's really scary and you're struggling to get through, and then Leon comes in and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna go and fuck shit up for a while and not feel this stress and kind of get your revenge to a
Yeah.
degree, you know, and then you go back and you kind of go back and forth.
I would say then my only other complaint is that I wish they were paced a little more evenly because they established, like the Grace and the Leon segments like happened uh pretty quickly between each other to establish like, okay, Leon's eventually going to come help me. So by the time I was down in those in the basement in like the jail part of the Grace stuff, I was almost fatigued like where's Leon? I can't take this anymore. Like you were watching me and I don't know if you remember, but I was in a save room and like, okay, now you just gotta go. And I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
So, and then when they do give you Leon, it's like really fucking long too. So I guess I don't know. I mean, I guess that's kind of how I'd have to replay it. I think I could handle it a little bit better this time, but I just did feel like uh I kept waiting for Leon to come save me and it took a really long time. And then I just
Leon's
kind of
too slow.
and then I just never kind of then you just like never see Grace again for a really long time either. So I was just like I don't know. It's not really I don't know if that's a complaint, but I was expecting it to be more like how the first part is where it's like Grace, then Leon. So then it's like, "Ah, no, just kidding, you're going to be Grace for a really long time now."
Yeah, I kind of felt similar initially, but like after going through it multiple times and whatnot, and just kind of even just like the overall progression through the my first playthrough, I thought that the spacing kind of works. Like it felt weird at first, like you were kind of going back and forth fast initially, and
Mhm.
then it became the opposite, where it was like you're getting a large chunk of one and then a large chunk of the other, and then at the
Mhm.
end
It
it
goes
it
back.
goes back to going back and forth quickly. So like I
Yeah,
feel like that was
that's fair.
intentional and it kind of works, you know, especially like building up the game initially. It's telling you like, hey, this is what you to expect. You're going to play this character, you're going to play that character, and you're kind of going back and forth a couple of times and then you're kind of prepared. And then you have the long stretches with each of them. So you actually get to sit in with each character and enjoy that experience for a large chunk of time before going to the next one, and then it kind of wraps everything up all together by going back to kind of chopping it up. I thought it was kind of well done. I
Yeah.
appreciated the way that they did it.
Now that you mention it too, the more I think about it, it's like, yeah, the last part did kind of echo where it's like a back and forth. I think it's just because I got so like anxiety fatigued in Grace's part that I was just like,
You just wanted it to be over.
Leon.
You're like, get me out of here.
Yeah, I need a
Yeah,
break.
it's funny. What did
So
you think?
you think that dynamic of having both like action and like survival horror element in one game works?
I think from a gameplay perspective in general, I think it was great. I think it works very well as a Resident Evil game. I don't think it works well because Leon's section doesn't fucking, just like Resident Evil 6, it doesn't belong in a Resident Evil game. It's too much. It's You're too powerful. There's too much action. So like it can work in concept, but it doesn't work for me in a Resident Evil game.
See, I sort of disagree, but only because I I mean, ideally I would have I think they were just because they chose Leon, I'm glad that they didn't do something stupid. Well, one, it's because like Resident Evil is so split now. It's like it's kind of interesting that they tried that because like back in the day, it was like the action ones were like the oddball out, or it's like, you're different. It's shut up. But now there's like so many action titles that like Resident Evil kind of is equally that. So I kind of like that they actually tried to be like, all right, this is what Resident Evil is now. It's a little bit of this, it's a little bit of that. And like, especially because it's like, it's Leon. So it would have been horrible if they had made some excuse to like make him weak and made it like forced all scary. Then like, no, it's fucking Leon. He's earned his badassery by now. Like, he's at a point where he just fucking kicks ass and takes names.
I'm a little disappointed because I actually thought that they were going to kind of do that to a certain extent. I thought it was gonna like the power balance was gonna kind of shift over time, where initially you have Grace who's weak and afraid and shit, and then you have Leon who's strong and seasoned. And I thought like as Leon was going to get sicker and weaker, and Grace was going to get stronger and more confident, that those roles would kind of flip, but that never happened. So I was kind of disappointed in that. I thought that would have been kind of an interesting way to play off the characters through the story, but they didn't do that.
She does stop shaking. Her hands aren't as shaky in the like lab part.
Yeah, but she's literally stuttering until
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
very, I think
into the end.
it was either the very last cutscene or the one before that. And
Yeah.
that's too much with all the shit that she's going through. Like she needed to come into her own a lot earlier than that, I feel like, because it gets old, it gets annoying, and just, I mean, we'll talk about that more when we get into like story and the characters and whatnot, but I don't know, I just feel like that was a good opportunity gameplay wise to kind of mix it up for both of them, where they both get a chunk of the game where they can shine and another chunk where they're vulnerable, and especially with Leon, because like you said, it's kind of a problem to make Leon vulnerable, but if you could have written it in a way where it makes sense, where he does become weaker, like they're not making Leon weaker as a character per se, but his circumstances are making him
Yeah.
vulnerable, and then you can experience it that way. So you kind of get the best of both worlds,
I
or
suppose.
they could have,
Yeah.
but they didn't.
Leon is perfect.
I do have a gripe with some element of the gameplay, and that is when I was controlling both Grace and Leon, I noticed that they're both running at the speed of slow. Just
Yeah.
like,
I don't know. I felt Grace was definitely more in mud than Leon was.
Way slower,
Oh
but
my
the bit
god,
where
there's a
that's
the bit
kind of
where Alicia
always.
is saying, "Hurry, Grace, run, Grace," and I was like, "I am running."
I think I'm running.
Can you go
It's
any
not.
fucking faster? Oh my god, when I was running away from the liquors, I was like, move faster.
And I get it from Leon's perspective. He's 50, he's, infected with something. So it's like, okay, fine, have him slow down. But then that doesn't make sense when he's doing his fucking karate moves and it's like, wah, 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 wah. And I was like, all right. So it was a little bit of a disconnect there, but hey ho.
Yeah,
And
oh, go ahead.
I will just say, before because since the game was on a timer before you can start playing it, I think I was talking to Diz and Shayla, and I was saying to myself, I hope it doesn't have the Resident Evil 2 Sherry bit in it, where you're running around in a fucking orphanage.
Oh.
Yeah, I cannot believe of all the things they brought
Yeah.
that back. And
Yeah.
it's worse than it's ever been
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
too.
it's so bad.
Oh my god, I was
I was
so pissed.
I was really mad because when I got the poker for the fireplace poker, I thought it meant I was gonna get to beat the shit out of all the little demon babies. So I started like trying to swing at them, and eventually like they ate me and like they killed me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I realized, oh, it was to grab the ladder to crawl out. Oh, I wanted to beat the demon children.
Yeah, I feel like everyone complained about that section in RE2.
Yeah.
So, like, why the fuck would you
Why'd they
bring
do
that
that?
back, make it longer and worse? What the fuck were they thinking? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I always dread that part in the game when I'm playing it because it's just so
Yeah.
slow and tedious and annoying, and I don't even understand how it fucking works. Like, when you go and you hide under that table, and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
one of the kids, they go through the door and you're supposed to go in
Mhm.
there. I don't understand how that works, because it's like you
I
go down the hall and you go behind them, you wait for them to see you, and then you run back around, and then it seems like it's RNG what the fuck's going to happen next, because sometimes some of the other fucking children will come up behind
Mhm.
me, sometimes they won't. Sometimes the girl at the end of the hall will follow me back out into the main room, sometimes she won't, and,
Yeah.
like, sometimes she'll go back to her initial position again and just stand there, and then I'll have to do it, like, several times, and sometimes she'll just go away on the first try. Like, none of it makes any sense. I've tried to time it, like, I'd, like, wait under the table and count to, like, 4 or 5 or whatever and see if maybe there's, like, a window that you have to wait before you can go and, like, start that process. That didn't seem to fucking do anything. Like, it just seems
So
completely random and pointless.
so I think I actually figured it out. You have to hide under the table till the first one goes away, then go
Mhm.
all the way into the hall to where you almost see them where the two are laughing,
Mhm.
then go all the way back under the table, and then go all the way back out. And
Oh,
in
like, you actually go under the table again?
Go under the table again, and then come and then go back to where they're laughing and they'll be gone.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
too why? It
I
shouldn't be
don't
like
So
know, it's
that.
so dumb.
I watched a speedrunner do that bit, and instead of going under the table, because in my playthroughs, my mini playthroughs, I've learned okay, so the two mini goblins are like standing in the way, and I can't go forward, otherwise they just fucking choke and kill my neck. So I was like, all right. So I go out, and what I always did was went back up the stairs. It's like and tried to open the door. When it's locked, I was like, okay, I can't go, can't go forward. So I go back down where the two children were, and they're gone. It's like, oh, okay, so that's how you do it. But on the speedrunner thing that I watched, this was after I planned it. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Hmm.
They literally saw the two children in the hallway, went out, waited for the audio of a door being slammed, and then went straight back
Mm,
in.
okay. So
And
then
the two children there, and it's just like, so are these girls just like teleporting bastards or something?
I'm guessing the act of me going under the table is probably like the time, like, is just probably wasting enough time for that what you're talking about to happen, I bet.
Yeah, and then there's the other bit where when you go grab the key, you fall down from the fucking thing. You pick up the key again.
Mhm.
I always went to go to the thing where you unlock it, and then you notice one of the children is like starting to wake up again. So you go.
Mhm.
I hid behind the blocks, but in the speed run, they would just literally stay where the child is still waking up. Use the key,
Mm.
and then they can just go straight down. I'm like,
Hmm.
God damn it! I could have done that the entire time.
That
The moral of the story is that section shouldn't
part
fucking
sucked.
exist.
Yeah.
It's garbage. It's
Yeah,
so
I
terrible.
I also, I'm not gonna lie, during that part I actually got a little confused. Like I was like towards the end I was like, wait, am I Grace? Is this a flashback? Is this, what is this? Like,
Yeah, and
why
it
are we
came
like playing a flashback? What is going on? Like, and then when it ended, it like goes back to Zeno and Grace at a computer. So I was like, who the fuck was that?
Yeah, it came in such a weird place
At the
too. Like,
time,
I don't think it could have happened at a stranger place too, because like
right?
at that time, it's like you're playing as Leon, and then you meet up with Grace and Zeno. So the perspective kind of switches over to her for a second. And then from that point, it goes into a flashback. So it's like
Yeah.
it goes Leon to Grace to her. like
Yeah,
within the span of a couple of seconds, and it's like, what the fuck is even happening?
yeah, it
Why
was so
here? Why
awkward.
now? And why at all? It's
Yeah.
so fucking terrible.
So I was watching someone else get to that scene, and they said, "So what was the purpose for Dino to have Grace at the RBD at all?"
Yeah. Why do
There's no
yeah, why
reason.
Oh yeah,
Well,
let's not can we when we get into the writing, oh my
oh
god.
yeah, there's
That's
some
like a
things.
oh my god, you're also hi Diz, hi kitten.
And kind of going back to like the enemy positioning and AI and like the way that they move and stuff. I don't know if you guys realize this, but the way that that game is programmed, like it's in pockets. So like if you have a zombie or an enemy follow you to like a
Mhm.
line, they vanish.
Yeah, okay, I was
That
gonna
is
say
not good for a survival horror game.
no, no. I was gonna say I was a little disappointed because I'm a scaredy cat. So at the fucking um at the lab, I kept getting scared by the lickers and like running away as fast as I can, which is like a snail. But I despawned a couple lickers like a couple
Mhm.
times on accident, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that worked." Actually, that's
Yeah.
kind of stupid that that worked. Like that shouldn't have worked. At very least, they should have gone back. Like, no, I actually like got rid of them that way. I was like,
Yeah, like, even if you hit a point that triggered the AI to walk back, that's bad enough. But no,
mm-hmm.
no, they fucking vanish. They just
Yeah,
teleport, and
just
it's
fucking
very obvious. It's
despawn.
so bad. And even with like and this is the thing, that this is why it's not a scary game because like once you see through the veil, there's no tension because even with
Yeah.
the girl,
Mm-hmm.
um like as long as you know where there's light, you can reset her cycle. You know, it's always the same. You go to the light, whether she goes into it and gets burned or not,
Okay,
she'll go up and she'll disappear. And then it gives you a window to do whatever the fuck you want. So as long as you know where to go when she shows up, she's no threat. She can't do anything to you.
okay, but I will. Okay, in the game's defense, in the first area, the first time you encounter her, they take that away from you.
No, they don't.
So, yes, they
They
do.
take one of the rooms, but not the starting room. It stays there.
No, the light eventually goes off in that too. Like if you try to do it towards the end when you actually have to like get towards like they all turn off. Like eventually all the lights go away. Like all of
I
your
don't
safe.
think so. But even if that is true, it's still like the level design, and this
Mhm.
happens multiple times throughout the game. They make a built-in loop where
Mhm.
like you're never, as long as you're aware of it, you're never going to get cornered because you can just go in a circle and she'll just
Mm.
follow you around until you go to wherever you need to go. So again, it's like once you understand like the game design, it
Mhm.
completely destroys the tension. And
Well,
that shouldn't be the case because it should be designed in a way where the enemies, you know, they can think and adapt to their situation and they navigate the environment to counteract any kind of like oversights like that. You know, they shouldn't just be programmed to do X, Y, and Z and that's it. You know, they should be able to adapt. And if they can't
yeah.
do that, it's not scary. You know, it's just like ruining Nemesis in Resident Evil 3 remake. You know, it's like part of the magic was, oh, like I don't know what this AI is going to do. I mean, it was very limited back then, but like when you
Mhm.
didn't understand how that worked, it's like, oh, it's gonna can come up and attack me anywhere kind of a
Mhm.
thing and get cornered and things like that. That's where the tension comes from. If you eliminate that, like there's just nothing to be afraid of.
And so I think for me because the first it's like it's weird. It's like what is it called? Diminished gains cuz like the
Mhm.
first part was for me I thought was well designed enough that it really ramped up the tension even the way like them taking away my safe spaces like places where I was running to get away from her having those not work or turn off was like oh crap now I really don't know what to like expect and then the mansion there was a couple aspects that I was kind of like starting to do what you're talking about where I was starting to kind of get figure out some of the um cheats. But for me, where it really fell apart was, luckily it was at the end, but I started seeing more cracks in that at the end in the labs, like me despawning liquors and stuff was kind of like, oh, oh, okay, this isn't. Is it just this isn't as well designed, or I'm figuring it out? But it was definitely like, it was startling me in the labs, but I wasn't feeling that like super scary like dread by the labs, because that's when I was like, oh wow, it's really just like despawning stuff if I run away far enough. Like, ew, okay.
I think it's just because the pocket zones where the enemies will like where they're tied to are
Mhm.
smaller in the lab because
Mm,
the space in general is smaller. So it's way
gotcha.
easier to notice it.
Mhm.
Unless you're just kind of going in and you're staying in that zone
Yeah.
and just trying to get by, then you're not going to
Mhm.
see it. But like the odds are, especially if you're playing on one of the harder difficulties, you're going to have to backpedal
Mhm.
and you're going to inevitably see that. It's just, yeah, it's really, really bad game design. Speaking of bad game design, uh, what did you guys think of the blood crafting mechanic?
Oh my god, what? That's so
Yeah.
what I don't it makes no sense. Like when they said you collect blood to make bullets? What? I'm sorry, what? What are we playing here? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, not only can you make bullets, you can make fucking Molotov cocktails out of blood. Out of blood and a bottle. Where's the fire come from?
Oh my god. It makes, for
Where
me, it's super annoying because, like something like Dark Souls, or like more fantasy based, like, or even like Diablo, I could see where it's like, oh, it's like a blood mage, and you're doing blood rituals to transmogrify things. But this is fucking Resident Evil. Like, I thought it was Biohazard. I thought it was supposed
Mhm.
to be more scientific based. So why are we transforming blood into Molotov cocktails and bullets? That's weird.
She's a witch.
Yeah.
It doesn't
So
make any sense.
with me in that first playthrough, um, okay, I put my hands up. So before we get to the analyzing blood thing, just going back to the initial bit where you first meet the girl, I thought by turning off all the lights, she wouldn't be able to see me. Wrong.
Meow.
Because I misread the book. I was just like, that drawing book, and it's like, okay, so if you don't have any lights, she can't see you. She's John Cena, can't see her. But no.
Hmm.
And now we get into the analyzing blood thing, the blood collector. I never did any of that until I got to the lab,
Oh
and
my
that's when I saw.
god.
Yeah, in my first game through, I was like, I got to the lab bit and where you can pick up a blood collector again. And I was like, oh, okay. So I thought I'd give it a go. Didn't know what the fuck it was for, but since I used it, I then couldn't get the trophy from going the whole game without. I was like, fuck.
Damn, that
I got
sucks.
all that far without using it, and I accidentally used it because of curiosity, and it doesn't even fucking help me. I'm like, oh, what is the point of this blood collector? It makes no sense.
What kills me is it's like it just feels like it's another one of those misunderstandings of the franchise and like the rules and the
Mhm.
world and stuff like that where like just like the gameplay, especially Leon's gameplay, I actually thought that the whole blood crafting mechanic was like a cool mechanic in general, like killing the enemies, they drop
Mhm.
things, you siphon it up, you're limited to how much you can have, and then you can decide how you want to use that by crafting certain things. I think that's a really great video game mechanic to have, and I enjoyed it from a gameplay perspective. But
Swish
in
manifest.
Resident Evil, that does not fucking make sense. That does
Yeah.
not work. It doesn't
Yeah.
belong there.
Yeah.
And they didn't even try to explain it. I
No.
mean, there's nothing they could have done to explain it. It's just like going back to Village. Like they tried to explain the werewolves and the vampires, and it was nonsense. But at least they fucking put in a teensy tiny bit of effort in there to do it. It's there. So like, if you really want to just run with that and just take Capcom's word that hey, this works in universe because they explained it. It's there. But
Yeah.
with the blood fucking crafting shit, they're just like, "Here's the thing, enjoy." Like, they didn't even
Yeah.
try to put some kind of scientific explanation in there
No.
whatsoever, not even one that doesn't make sense, it's just
You just
there.
you just take blood, a weird sack of bolts and nuts, and and shake it up, and you get some
Yeah.
bullets.
Well, it's a
So
nice little
dumb.
nod to like Resident Evil Outbreak, one particular mission where you're going against the leech doctor. It's like you can use blood things. And I was just like, all right, maybe it's a little nod to that. But as you said, there was no like indication. It's like I went back and collected all the files and I'm just like reading through it. Like, yeah, so what was the thing that
Yeah.
explained why you're collecting blood?
There's none. It's like
Why?
just she's just a just imagine Leon stumbling upon Grace crouched down scooping up blood. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's like, "I don't wanna rescue you anymore, you're on your
Yeah,
own."
yeah, you're weird.
What
Yeah.
about going back to what you were talking about too, Alec, with the lights. Again, this is just something that they didn't really flesh out, or I guess they just didn't care about it because like you've got the zombie, there's multiple zombies that specifically react to light,
Mm,
There's that. And then so like they make you believe that light matters, It's a dark game, you've got a
Yeah.
flashlight, you're hiding, the zombies are fucking with the lights and you can use the lights to draw their attention. There seems to be a theme here. Yet, like you said,
Mm,
light doesn't seem to factor in with the girl. She can just see in the dark. None of the enemies give a shit about your light. You can walk around with your flashlight on and no one pays any attention to it. It's not a mechanic whatsoever. So it's like
mhm.
they want the light to matter, but also it doesn't matter at all. Like, make up your fucking mind.
Yeah.
I get it if you're just not going to have light be a factor, but clearly to some extent they wanted that to matter, but they didn't go all the way. It's just, I don't know. It's really weird. It's all over the fucking place.
on the flip side to that argument, I would just say at least they didn't quite hold your hand through the whole entire process. So there's mystery to it. You had to kind of work things out. So I can understand the fun element of that. So yeah, fine. But
But
again,
the
the blood
flashlight was
fucking
just more
collector.
like not logical though. Like it's like I can't tell you it. Luckily Sean told me, but I literally had been already playing like most of the Grace initial part before Sean was watching me and was like, oh, just turn your flashlight on. I was like, aren't they gonna see? He's like, they're not affected by it at all. I'm like, what? I've been playing this whole fucking game like walking around in the dark because I didn't want to alert the zombies with my flashlight, and I could just have it on whenever it's fucking dark out. Like what the?
Yeah,
And
it's
if that was the
logical.
case, what's extra annoying though is if that's the case, it should have just been like if you go in the dark, your flashlight turns on. If
That's
that's
yeah,
if
that's kind of I mean, yeah, that's a good point.
like if it wasn't gonna matter, they should have just made it automatic then.
Yeah. And you would think that the girl would be super sensitive to that considering light
You
hurts
would
her.
think.
I mean, I
Hmm.
understand. Or actually, now I'm extra confused because don't they say that it's UV rays that hurt her?
Yeah.
Then why does when she goes in that room and there's no natural light,
Hmm.
why does that hurt her? What the fuck? Because otherwise you would think the flashlight would be a weapon, and if you pointed at her, it would
Right.
hurt her, but not only does she not care about it, but she's immune to
Yeah.
that particular light because of what?
Yeah.
Again,
It's
there's just
weird.
so many fucking blatant, obvious fuck ups that they did in this game that it's really annoying.
Can we talk about Emily?
That's more story.
Oh, okay, we're still in game. My
Yeah,
bad.
we're almost through the gameplay, I feel like, but
That's
what
fine.
do
That's fine.
we got the upgrade system.
Hmm.
if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the difference?
Well, first off, let's separate it. First, there's Leon. Okay.
Hmm.
Usually, I mean, clearly they're trying to do like a Resident Evil 4 kind of a thing where, you're getting the weapons and you're upgrading them and shit. But when you don't have a new game plus, it kind of takes away the reward of that because like there's weapons that you can't afford until like the back end and upgrades that you're only starting to get at the end that you only get to use for like, what, an hour or something like that. So that's
Yeah.
fucked up. Part of the joy of like the level up system, if you want to call it that, is that you get to, over time and over multiple playthroughs, you get to beef up your weapons and kind of create like a loadout that suits your play style, and then you can kind of maximize all your weapons and your gear for like an insanity run, for example, right? But that's
Hmm.
gone because there's no new
Mm.
game plus. All that just goes away. So it just makes leveling up Leon's equipment just kind of feel redundant. It's just there's a temporary benefit. And it's very limited too. Like you can't really I just didn't feel a big change between the upgrades. The damage, I guess, is decent on lower difficulties, but I don't know, I just didn't feel much of a reward by leveling up my equipment. It just seemed like it was a gimmick.
I was annoyed that, because I was thinking, okay, since you upgrade something, you spend 9,000 on this particular upgrade. And then the next time you play the game afterwards, that upgrade would be free or cheaper than usual. And it wasn't. It was just like, so
But you
I have to do the exact same shit over and over again. You're like, huh?
Yeah, like that's part of like what makes going through Resident Evil 4 multiple times fun is that the gameplay changes a bit depending on the weapons that you have, and you
Mm.
have control over that because it does carry over. But when it resets every time, it just feels the same every fucking time. And honestly, if you're upgrading like the later weapons or the more expensive weapons, you're getting less out of it because you have to lean just primarily on those weapons that you upgraded because you can't level up other things because there's only so many points that you can get in a playthrough. So you're not going to
Some
be able to max out everything, and you're not going to be able to max out the things that, at least in your initial playthrough, like some weapons aren't available towards until the back end of the game. So in your first playthrough, if you go through and then you upgrade the weapons at the end of your playthrough, you're wasting your points because you're not going to be able to max those out. You're not going to be able to get the best versions of those guns because there's not enough time and there's not enough points. And then when you hit the end, everything resets. So it just punishes you for wanting to upgrade.
Yeah, I did find that, in my way of platinuming it, I never actually bought any particular gun because I was just like, I needed to spend on fucking getting like the sniper rifle or a shotgun for the bit where you have the multiple enemies on the thing that Leon uses to get down from a collapsed building. I just thought, okay, I have to shoot these things quick, like in RE4 original was like you have to shoot these things, otherwise this thing goes down like too fast or something and you die. But so I didn't use half of the other items that Leon can use because I was just like, A, you don't need to, and B, you can't afford it. So I was like, so what's the point?
Yeah, and it's not fun. Like, I mean, if you just lean on like shitty weapons until like halfway through the game, then I guess you can buy the stronger weapons later and then upgrade them that way. But then you're kind of punishing yourself for half the fucking experience. It shouldn't be like that, And there's parts where it can actually fuck you up because on like your second or third playthrough or whatever, you don't have those weapons anymore. But the store boxes or whatever where you buy an upgrade, they kind of pepper them in all over the game where they weren't there before. And the weapons that you find like in the environment on your first playthrough disappear, but you don't have them. So if you're not paying attention to that, and say you go to the level where you need a fucking sniper rifle and it's not there to pick up anymore and you didn't buy it, guess what? You're fucked That's not a good way to design your game. It's not great.
Yeah, I mean, especially imagine if if you're playing it with a friend, it's like you're sharing the game. Like you're the first one to complete the game. You're like, all right, now Billy Bob over there, he hasn't played the game, he hasn't seen the game, but he's gonna play the game, that you've just previously beat, and he's just like, how am I supposed to help Grace? Throw my shoe at like the zombie or something? But I don't have a sniper rifle. And I can remember, when you go to kill the fat zombie, I was running around trying to find the shotgun. Where the fuck was it? I know it was there. And it's not there anymore. I have to buy it after I sold it to get something else for an upgrade for a different gun. That really didn't feel like much of an upgrade. What was the point?
Yep.
Oh, I can say something for the gameplay because I didn't have any of those problems, but that's also because I hardly sold or got rid of anything. And I didn't even feel like I had to do that much item management with Grace either. So I I was kind of surprised how little I had to do like any kind of item management. Like they even have an auto sort button for Leon's briefcase. I just didn't.
I
And
had to do a little
I
bit
had
of
like multiple copies of weapons and stuff too. Like
yeah, I didn't have any space issues with Leon. I did a little bit with Grace on my first playthrough. But that could just come down to, the order, that you approach things, I guess, because I picked up
Okay.
a lot. I was going through very slowly and picking up fucking everything. So because of that, I was making frequent trips to the box to store stuff.
that
But
makes
that was
sense.
more me because I'm a fucking psycho.
Um, I have to admit, because you guys know that I played, Rectum with a dodgy controller that was leaning to the left a lot. I did a little video of me holding up the controller and it was moving despite I wasn't touching the controller at all. How I managed to complete the fucking game in platinum with that dodgy controller is beyond me. But it was funny because sometimes while it was going goofy on the menu, it would also sort things like, hang on, where did that go? And I was like, and before I realized, oh, there is an auto thing. Just the controller just did it for me for some reason when I didn't ask it to. So like, all right. But yeah,
Well, oh, go ahead.
I was I was just saying, like, well, that's my B because I played a game with a dodgy controller. I knew it was a dodgy controller from the get go because I was like watching Leon and Grace, like,
I don't know how you did that.
I don't know how I did it either. But it was quite funny just to watch them. It's like, Grace is like, oh, I'm so scared. So I'm like, all right, if I ever do a mission mode, I've got to find that dodgy controller and just redo that bit.
There you go. Did you guys notice the boss fights were recycled?
Yes. Yeah. Do you know what? I kind of felt like Rectum was like some parts of greatest hits of previous Resident Evil games.
Yeah, there was a lot of Easter eggs, and I couldn't tell if that was intentional or not. Or because it could be intentional or it could be lazy as fuck. It's a fine line.
Okay, you know what though? If that's true and they reused boss fights, which I didn't notice, but they probably I believe you. Then why the fuck didn't they recycle? Never.
Well, we
Well,
could talk
and
about the bosses now, since that's more
okay,
of a
okay.
gameplay thing than a story thing.
Well, if you do the bad ending,
Well, that's a
it's
story
like
thing.
so but this is what okay, so without saying the story aspect of it, I feel like the bad ending could have had an interesting boss fight. Like they could have had like a like recall to Wesker type boss fight, and
Yeah.
they just like didn't. Like, so there's like no incentive to really like I think that was a missed opportunity because you could have had a fake Wesker fight for the bad ending
That whole
and
character was a fucking
a
pointless fuck up.
waste. Yeah, just a waste of air. I
It
hate
does,
that
yeah, it
character.
doesn't make sense that he's even there. It's just dumb.
What's extra unfortunate is like I thought his design was cool, but that's about it. Like, it's so disappointing.
Well, we'll come back to that in a minute because I have
Okay.
some thoughts on that. But
Okay.
going back to the bosses real quick. So like, yeah, the recycle thing, obviously you had Tyrant, Super Tyrant, right? That was the
Mhm.
same. The Stalker element was copy paste. The Super Tyrant was copy paste. I mean, they added a little bit more, he threw the cars around and whatever. Um, but it is essentially the same. You got Plant 43, which I appreciated the idea of like, oh, hey, it's a throwback to Plant 42. That's cool. When I first saw it, I was pissed because I thought it was black mold and I was very mad. I was very happy to find out that wasn't it. But why does it look like that? It looks just like the black mold.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they put that in there just to give me a fucking heart attack. um, but yeah, so that boss fight is essentially the Salazar fight in the original RE4.
Yep, I got that straight away.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then, I mean, the girl is kind of Lisa Trevor, like not in terms of a fight, because you don't really,
Oh, yeah, I see
just her
that too.
Yeah.
stalker, like her
Yeah.
design and all that. Like she's kind of Lisa Trevor a little bit. And it's just
Mhm.
weird because it just feels lazy. Like it looks cool, the design is cool, but we've seen it. We saw that
Mhm.
with Lisa Trevor. It's the same damn thing. And then when you
I'm
actually
surprised they didn't make like retcon Lisa Trevor into being like one of the orphan girls cuz
well,
you
I
know,
mean, she kind of is.
right? That's what I was wondering. Okay.
I mean, there's no kinda.
Uh
She is.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
And then when you fight her, it's the Queen Leech fight from Zero.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
I mean, they added a little bit more with having to go down below and hit the switches or
Mhm.
whatever, but outside of that, it's the same.
Yeah.
Um, what you got the blister heads, which are crimson heads,
Crimson
only
Heads.
dumber.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's that. You have the singing
Uglier
ladies.
too.
Mhm. The singing ladies are basically the Shriekers from 6. That's not a
Mhm.
boss fight, but it's just an enemy design.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got the chainsaw enemies, which we've seen a million times.
The spinning chainsaw pisses me off a little bit. Like, can you maybe just make it spin like once,
That is
not for
comically
like
bad.
20 minutes?
The first time I saw that, I actually laughed out loud because it was fucking hilarious. The fact that it's just fucking spinning around and
Yeah,
around and around. Like I kept trying to go pick it up and it kept hurting me. I'm
yeah,
like, is this ever gonna stop? What the fuck is
right?
happening? And I don't know if you guys have seen this because it doesn't happen very often. But if you shoot the chainsaw zombie in the leg and it falls, the
Uh-huh.
chainsaw will propel it forward like a shark.
Yep.
It's fucking dumb as shit.
That's
I
kind
I
of
actually
funny though.
found I actually found a strategy when it came to people with the zombies with chainsaws. So if you kill the zombie with a chainsaw, yes, when the first time you see it, you use it to get out of the door. You can break the metal bar with a chainsaw. Yeah, that's another call to fucking Resident Evil 7. Yeah, because that works in real life. Anyway, and so I noticed something that every time you go against someone with a chainsaw later on, if you just don't pick up the chainsaw, the enemy zombies, instead of
Will.
going after you, will go and try to pick up the chainsaw. And I
Mhm.
was like, ah. So they're all just distracted. So I'm like, all right, just
It's
gonna
kind of
stand here.
annoying. It's kind of
Oh,
annoying too because once the animation triggers, they actually level up. They become stronger. They get armor, which is dumb. Like why the fuck like it's like they swap the enemies entirely from like a standard zombie to a chainsaw zombie the moment that animation triggers. Like what the fuck? It's still a normal zombie. Why the fuck does it upgrade? It's so it's just like the gaminess of shit like that really annoys me. I don't
I did
like
like
that
the
in Resident
chainsaw duel
Evil.
though.
Eh,
I like
it's too much.
chainsaws.
It's too
I like
much.
chainsaws.
It's too actiony. I don't want
I
that in my Resident Evil. Stop it.
chainsaws. Chainsaws.
I mean, though it's better than the knife, like stopping a chainsaw with a knife, like in RE4. That was fucking dumb.
You could do
So,
it in this.
well, yeah, but at least it's a hatchet. It's a
Oh, I
little
see.
better.
Yeah.
It's still
Okay. Okay.
dumb, but it's something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you got the Titan spinner, which is Black Tiger. The boss fight is different enough. That's probably one of the more unique fights, I would say, boss
Mhm.
fights in the game.
Yeah, maybe.
But
Yeah.
that's something that I actually thought was a really cool scene. When I saw the spider, I thought that was really smart of
Yeah.
Capcom to take the opportunity to be like, hey, you guys were pissed that we took the spiders out here. And it was a
Yeah.
really cool scene.
Really big one.
Again, I have mixed feelings because it's too over the top for Resident Evil. Like, that fight is dumb. Leon fucking kills that thing with a
Mhm.
hatchet, and it's like smacking him into the walls and all this crazy dumb shit. Like, it's a cool scene, but why is it in Resident Evil? um, but it was just a cool
Remember
throwback
the
that
spider, Sean?
it's just a
Where's
cool
the fat
throwback
ass
that
crocodile or the alligator? It's like that's in RE2. Why
I
isn't
just
that here?
I just appreciated that they put the spider in there after not doing it before. I thought that was nice.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Hunk.
Oh my god.
Did you guys think it was Hunk when you first
It,
encountered that scene?
I
well,
kept calling him.
here's the thing. It's dumb either way. But either it is Hunk or it's a clone of Hunk. And honestly, I would rather it just be Hunk because the things he says, the way he acts, his moves, he references like death, you're facing death and all this shit. It's either Hunk or a clone of Hunk. And if it's a goddamn clone, that's even worse. So I'm hoping it's Hunk. And initially when I saw him and I'm like, oh my God, they're making me fight Hunk. This is dumb. And then you kill him. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? This is the dumbest shit ever. But I actually kind of came around to it because I got to thinking, like, this is probably one of the better things that they could do with Hunk. Because if they don't put him here fighting Leon and dying to Leon, what's his story arc going to be? He either disappears or he's still floating around in the background like he has been for fucking 30 years. So like I kind of came around to the idea of like, okay, I could see this being a legitimate end to Hunk, like what's the alternative? What do you
I
guys think?
felt. I felt like he was a Metal Gear character. Like I literally was like, "Gray Fox," and then when we were like fighting with hatchets, I was like, "Fight me like a man." Where's the grenade? Where's the grenade field? It's like, "Hurt me more, Snake."
Where's the mines?
Yeah, and it goes without saying, but obviously this is a copy paste of Krauser, the Krauser fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I just
Um.
was like, okay, we're playing Metal Gear now. Like, well,
So before I get to the bit with Hunk thing, because I was again, I quite like watching other people's getting perspective of it. I'm just like, do they think it's Hunk or do they think it's just commander or some elite fucking soldier? And I'm just like, all right, fine. If it's Hunk, fine. I'm chill with that. Cool. But is he dead? So I was watching some other person play it, and when you defeated Hunk, you go up. You don't really go back. So this person actually goes back to where you faced Hunk, and he's not there anymore. So
oh
it's
my
like,
god.
okay.
Yeah, but all the other soldiers you kill also disappear. I think that's just bad programming.
No, quite possible.
All I got to
Yeah.
say is if Hunk is still out here as a 50-year-old man working for Umbrella still, like what a loser.
Damn.
What are you doing with your life? Like, do you not
Damn.
read the news? Like like what the hell?
Yeah,
Like,
and honestly,
bro, how much is Umbrella paying you? Like, come on, dude.
I think that's my biggest problem with that too, is like if that's Hunk, and honestly, I just moved that. It kind of better be, because again, the alternatives are very dumb. But there should have been a lead up. Like he should have been in the stories to some degree. Like he is working with Zeno, or he's stalking Leon. We see him a couple times throughout the campaign. There should have been some kind of a build up for Hunk instead of him just. I mean, there was an element of like, holy shit, he just kind of comes out of nowhere, and that's kind of cool. But I feel like a character that's been around that long deserved a little bit more motivation, a little bit more storytelling to build up to the end of his character, rather
Did,
than just boom, he's here, now he's dead.
did
That
you did you guys see the other survivor?
yeah,
Guy.
Tofu in the RPD
Oh yeah.
3 times,
He's a little guy.
and that's canon.
He's just a little guy.
That's fucking canon. That happened.
He's a tofu.
That is so dumb. I can't believe they did that. Like it could be a debate if it's like, it doesn't happen until like your second playthrough and it's like, oh, look, there's this fun little Easter egg on my second run through. But on your first time through that campaign, Tofu is there.
He's just a
That
little
means
guy.
it's real and it's in universe, and that is fucking dumb.
To be fair, Leon's infected, so he could have just imagined that piece of tofu.
Right.
Fuck
wearing
off.
Jill's
Fuck off.
I do want to bring back one little thing because you
Okay,
mentioned
okay.
cloning.
Oh.
So in the fucking bit, I noticed when I was playing the bit where you're the little girl running away from the red-eyed children thing,
Mhm.
it does show that they've got little orbs of clone babies and shit.
Yeah,
And when I saw that, I was just like, oh my god. They Paul W. Andersoned it.
You're right. Oh no.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh no, what's the others going to think of this?
I want to be mad at the clones, but this isn't new. This has been
Right,
around. When did it come in? Code Veronica, I think, is when it started.
Mhm.
And we've seen it in Code Veronica. We've seen it in 6. We've seen it. What else? I think there's another game. Whatever. The point is,
Yeah.
it's been around for a while. So like, it angered me to see it here, but then I immediately just was like, whatever. This isn't news. I've seen this before. And then before we move out of the boss fights, there's one more. The final boss is just a copy paste nemesis.
Yeah.
And that's it. But yeah, pretty much every boss fight is recycled. And again, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, part of me was like, oh, I remember this, member berries. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Member.
But at the same time, is that what this is? Or is it laziness? It could easily be either one.
I
And
have a.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, finish.
No,
Sorry.
that was it. It's just like,
Okay.
it's such a fine line that they could get away with it either way. It could have been a complete accident. It could have been intentional to do a throwback. It could have been them being lazy as fuck. And that changes what it is like dramatically. You know what I mean? Like, if they were doing that intentionally, that's kind of cool. But if they were just being lazy assholes, that's not great. That's all.
I will say this is probably one of the grossest Resident Evils in a while. Like, there was a lot of like really gross, like blood and puking and falling apart, and like it was super gory. And I wanted to know if you guys, because one of my favorite things about Resident Evils is just like how there's a ton of unique deaths. Um and it's one of the reasons why in a lot of the action ones I don't hate QTEs, because sometimes that's like some of the most creative deaths happen when you fail a QTE. One, there's a particular death that I really liked, or that I was just like, holy shit, that I don't know if you guys got, is did you guys get caught by the helicopter blade in the
Yep.
RPD?
No.
Dude, that one was crazy. I'll have to clip it for you, Sean, but he uses it to tear you in half, and he has like one half of Leon squiggling in one arm and like his legs in the other. And like it is like I was just like, holy crap. That's one of the more intense ones I've seen
Yeah, I mean, the
in a long
chainsaw guy
time.
does that too, where he cuts you in
Yeah.
half and then he just kinda holds your torso,
Yeah.
starts
Like
eating it. That's
holy
kinda cool.
crap.
And
Right.
this one's kind of unique. I don't know if you guys have seen this one, but if a zombie gets a chainsaw from the back and then it
Uh-huh.
grabs you, it will
Uh-huh.
impale you with the chainsaw and it's an insta kill.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I I
Oh
never died
shit.
to a chainsaw.
I have. Just not like that.
Play on insanity without the
Yeah.
perks, mister.
Eh.
You'll
To
see
be
it.
fair, uh, every time it's like because I didn't play Insanity to the last fucking playthrough, and it's like
Oh,
every time the chainsaw thing came up, I was just, ever since I learned that strat, I was just like, yeah, all right, go for the thing. I'll be waiting.
Well,
you know
yeah,
what,
but if you don't
Sean?
have like overpowered weapons or infinite ammo, like those zombies take a fuck ton to kill and they don't stagger. So like, yeah, you know their pattern, but breaking that pattern is a different fucking story.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
tough.
um, shoot, I actually forgot that quick. Dang it. It was about oh well, it'll come back to me.
Shall we talk about characters?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one more thing, just kind of putting a pin in the whole gameplay topic is just the fact that I called it. This is Resident Evil 6 2. I mean,
Yeah,
the combat is
Yeah.
almost identical. I mean, the context sensitive finishers and the
Mhm.
melee elements of the combat. They brought back the soldiers with the guns and fucking shooting missiles at like this is the same damn thing, which
Mhm.
really irritates me because it's like they RE6'd again and they got away with it. Because like this game is getting nothing but positive reviews and no one's calling it out for what it is like they did with 6, but it's the same thing, and in ways, it's even worse.
Was
The
it
I would
writing?
say
motorcycle?
I would say the only new bit they kind of did was like having some zombies talk. That's all I can think of.
Oh,
What's
they
new?
talk now.
Ugh,
Oh,
I hate
uh
that so much.
I remembered what I was gonna say. Speaking of repeat bosses, the blister monster was like the tit monster from Resident Evil
Oh,
6.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost everything was recycled, and it confuses me when I'm thinking about, like, how like, walking away from this game, I don't know how to feel. You know what I mean? Like, it's again, it's Resident Evil 6 all over again where I'm like, I had a lot of fun playing it. It plays really, really good. I love the combat with Leon. I love just like I loved RE6 combat. You know, it's really fun to kind of
Kick and
sandbox
smack
combat with
and
the zombies and doing the kicks and all the crazy shit. But when I step back and I'm looking at this through the Resident Evil lens, like that this is ruining Resident Evil again. And it's worse this time because it is being accepted. So, like, not only are the sales there, but there's also the reception, which means that this is going to affect the future of the series in a big way, guaranteed. So
Yeah.
instead of like hitting that reset button of like, oh, fuck, we fucked up, we need to go back. And then we live in the reality that we're at now, where like we got all these remakes and they made a push to go back to survival horror. That's not going to happen this time. This time they're just going to go way the fuck off the rails as far as they possibly can. And it seems like the majority of the audience is along for the ride, which means it's essentially the death of what I perceive Resident Evil to be and what I want from a Resident Evil game because Requiem was too much. Whatever comes next is going to be, I can't even imagine what it's going to be, but I don't like it. I don't want it. I mean, I'm thankful that there's no werewolves and fucking vampires and shit, but this is a equally bad problem and it's here to stay for sure. Sucks.
Yeah.
the bike part was so Resident Evil 6. Ari kitten.
That was so bad.
I mean,
So bad.
I
at least he
see.
didn't,
I didn't. I hated it, but I didn't, because it's like at this point, I just kind of like I've accepted Resident Evil is what it is now, I guess. So like I was just having fun with it. Like it was more some of the stupid story stuff that pissed me off than the like, because I didn't hate RE6, so I don't hate this either. But I just
Like, the
I'm
problem is that whole motorcycle thing, if that was Dante and it was Devil May Cry, I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, this is awesome," but it's not. You know what I mean? Like, was it cool? It was really cool. It was well done. It was fun to play. It was crazy over the top action, fun bullshit, but that's not what Resident Evil should be. They have Devil May Cry. They have an avenue for making this kind of content, and I will embrace it in that format because it makes sense in that universe. It doesn't fucking belong here. Like, keep it out of Resident Evil. That's my problem with it. I cringed so hard when he was going up a almost vertical fucking building and then he launched into the sky. Like, in the
I
back of
wanted to
my
do a
head, I'm like,
flip.
"Oh, this is cool," but no, I couldn't give in to that feeling because there was so much anger around it because this is Resident Evil. It's not Devil May Cry. Stop.
at
Meanwhile,
least
I was
Leon
like,
didn't fly a fucking plane and crash and somehow miraculously survive, and then crashed into with a helicopter and still miraculously survive.
see, by the second jump, I was pressing all the buttons like, do a flip, do a
Do a
flip,
flip.
do a
God,
flip, Leon, woo!
you're part
I
of the
was hoping that would
problem.
be more difficult in insanity mode. The fucking bike bit. I was like, all right,
Yeah, it
there's
felt
going to
the
be other
same.
bits, and
Yeah,
I
it
was
felt
like,
the
oh,
same. But yeah, and he had infinite ammo, and it's just like everything that you could think of that's
so
anti-Resident Evil is encapsulated in that scene.
did
Like,
you
it's so
guys
bad.
buy? Did you guys buy the machine gun prior to going to the bike?
Nope.
No, nor did I.
Well,
Leon's just got
I had
a
a
machine
machine
gun
gun. I had a
and
machine
infinite
gun, but
ammo.
yeah, I had a machine gun, but it wasn't that one.
I didn't have
And
any machine gun.
yeah, he just pulls it out of his ass. There should never be a scene in a Resident Evil game where infinite ammo is required, all right? That is a gross misunderstanding of the source material.
So I get it, because that's the kind of bullshit that Metal Gear gets away with, like with Snake having infinite ammo because he's wearing a fucking bandana, or the
That's
fucking
See,
Patriot
that's the
because he's
thing.
got the
Like
guns in shape of a fucking infinite thing. But
this
what's
game,
fucking Leon's excuse?
this
Well, that's
game
handy.
was
well, the difference too is like that's not a canon thing that Snake has. That's something you unlock later.
Mm,
Leon's scenario was fucking canon. He's just magically summoning bullets.
well, okay. Technically, it is canon because in Metal Gear Solid 2, remember
yeah,
he says to Raiden, he points to his
uh,
headband and he's like, "Infinite ammo."
infinite ammo. Raiden's like, well,
What?
Oh my god, are you serious? When? I don't
Yeah,
yeah,
remember that.
it's the scene
yeah.
where Snake and Raiden fight together in the core in the Arsenal gear.
I don't know. Metal Gear's pretty cheeky with its jokes too, so that could have
Yes,
just been
and
like a ha ha ha, not
well,
like not confirmation
so
that that's like an in-universe
but
thing.
okay, but the thing is the reason why I always thought that was important was because up until this point they hadn't said whether Meryl was alive or not. And you only get the bandana if you save Meryl. So for
Yeah.
me that was like a way to signify like, oh, the Meryl ending is canon. He didn't ride off into the sunset with Otacon, even though they obviously got together later because they're butt buddies in 2. But anyway, Resident Evil
Buddies.
Requiem at parts towards the end was giving like Metal Gear, like Twin Snake specifically to me, like kind of like the cheese ball, like because in Twin Snakes there's a scene where they when remember when uh Vulcan first shows up and you jump on the missile and
Yeah.
Yep.
backflip off of it. So like I don't know, that's why some parts, especially towards the end when it started getting really campy, I was like getting a little bit of like Twin Snakes Snake's Metal Gear vibes off of it.
It's not a good thing.
No.
All right,
Uh,
characters. What did you
yeah,
think of Grace?
I like Grace, actually. I love her.
I was very disappointed. I guess I mean, I kinda did it to myself, I guess. I just kind of had this based on what they presented to us, I just had this kinda preconceived notion of, like, what that was going to be in the game, and it wasn't that, you know? I just, like I liked the attention to detail that they were giving her in, like, her emotional state and the animation, and, like, they put all this effort into, like, making her seem vulnerable, and I'm thinking of that in combination with what the director said about her journey and her, starting in this way that they're presenting and turning into, like a more like a Claire kind of character, and we were gonna go through this emotional journey with her, and it was going to be emotional and detailed and nuanced, and it was gonna be really cool because that's how it was presented, and that's not what we got at all. She was a fucking stammering chicken shit idiot the whole game.
Yeah, I got annoyed with that halfway through. I was just like, come on, Grace, fucking snap out of it. Someone slap
Yeah.
the fuck out of her. Like, come on.
Be nice to Grace.
And there's things that you pointed out too, Shayla, like that her
Oh,
behavior just is inconsistent and doesn't make
yes.
sense. You know, she
Oh my.
she should
Okay.
be this like compassionate, vulnerable
Oh.
character, and
Oh.
then she does this shit with Emily.
Okay. Can I talk about that? Can I talk about that? Because that shit
Yeah.
pisses me. Okay. So first of all, there is absolutely no way you could have not just figured out that puzzle on its own. The Braille puzzle would have been so easy. You literally just press the button and see what happens. And then it's like, oh, that means sun. Press the button. Oh, that means moon. And then do it. You literally broke out that poor little girl and put her life in danger so she could solve a stupid puzzle for you that you didn't need her help for.
She's a
And then,
bitch.
and then she didn't care about that little girl at all until she did. Like it was very like there was no event or thing that really happened to make like I even kind of thought it was like very fitting, like very Gen Z for her to be like awkward and like not want to hug the little girl and those kind of things, but the reason for grabbing her annoyed me. Like she did not give a shit about that kid. Like what if that kid been left to fucking rot in that cell if she didn't need her for the puzzle? And then like I said, she literally didn't give a shit about her until she did. Until like it's time to fucking shoot her and she's turned into a zombie monster. Now all of a sudden you give a shit about this kid like it's your own. That doesn't what shut up. Nothing happened. Like you put this kid in danger for your own stupidity and you didn't give a shit about her until Leon's about to shoot her in the head because she's mutated. Like she's dead. Like what the fuck are we?
Yeah,
It was weird.
it's just bad writing too
It
because, like, the
was.
what you were saying, like, "Oh, the Gen Z thing and, that's kind of her personality or whatever," but, like, that's not even the case because, she was raised by Alyssa to not have that relationship. They showed that because like when Alyssa comes into the apartment in the flashback and Grace is sitting on the bed or whatever, like her first instinct is like she reaches out her hand like, "Hey mommy, come grab my
Mhm.
hand, come sit down with me." Like there's
Yeah.
physical contact and that
Mhm.
emotional connection with her parents. So like she was clearly raised to have that kind of a relationship with people. She's not like, "Ooh, don't
Mhm.
touch me." So like when it comes to the little girl, you would think that she would connect with that. It's like, oh, there's this other person that's like hugging me, and we're in this vulnerable experience. Like you would think that her response to that would be, to reciprocate, like, oh,
Mhm.
this is an emotional moment. This little girl is vulnerable like me, like Grace, right?
Mhm. And
You
she's like,
you would think there would be that
"Ugh."
immediate connection where she would just embrace her, but like she's just like, "Ah." Like what the
Yeah.
fuck? It doesn't even
Like,
make sense from a writing standpoint. Like why did we have that initial scene showing like how she reacts emotionally
right?
to not pay that off down the road? Like it doesn't make any sense. It's like they forgot.
Yeah. Plus, it's like, dude, you've been hanging on to this little girl for the last like couple hours. Like, why is it weird? Like, all of a sudden, it's weird to touch her. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then it's like that's the moment where the plot switch turned on, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hug." And then from that moment on, yeah, she gave a shit. Why?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, nothing. And then, oh my God, can we talk about, first of all, like the whole like her having Attack on Titan transformation powers pissed me off because like it was like I was actually legitimately upset about her dying because it's just like I don't want to see a little kid character die. So it was like super upsetting. But I'm also like, well, if all of that was just for nothing, like how am I gonna give a shit about this character in subsequent playthroughs? And it's almost like they thought about that after the fact, because then they're like, ha, I didn't shoot her vitals. Like, shut the fuck up, Leon. I would slap you right now. You don't even know what the
I
fuck you're
shot her
talking
in the
about.
toe and the ankle. She's fine.
Shut up. And then to what pissed me off even more is like, okay, if we're gonna do that, then it would have been cool if it was like, oh shit, does that mean Marie, like we accident, like Marie was an innocent little girl that we killed too? No, she was a monster. Like, shut the fuck up. Like they it's like they did it every wrong way possible. Like they either should have, like, if they were gonna go and be so bold as to kill her, like have her killed. Sometimes you fail. That really sucks, and have that be a part of like Grace getting braver because she can't let that happen anymore. Like she's not gonna fail to protect people anymore. But then for them to just retcon, just kidding, she's okay and she can see. Like, shut up. But the other little girl that mutated, like, fuck her. She died in the sunlight. She was an irredeemable monster. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of times where it feels like they like while they were writing, like in the process, there were moments where they were like, "Oh, but what if we do this?" And like they just
yeah,
did it. They didn't
yeah.
go back and be like, "Okay, well, let's go back and make this make sense." They're just like, "Oh,
Hmm.
this idea is good, put it in."
Yeah, yeah,
So you have these like winding roads of like how like why things happen and they don't make sense and it's dumb. And this fucking story, this game in general just made me
so
go through a
bad.
lot of very annoying emotions. Like when well, I already talked about one with the fucking Plant 43, the vines, thinking that
Hmm.
that was
Hmm.
mold. I feel like that was intentional. That made me feel things that I didn't want to feel. And then we had Grace, where she's escaping the girl in the elevator, and they
Hmm.
lead you to believe that she lost her foot. And I'm
Yeah,
going through these emotions of like, God damn
yeah.
it, she's gonna lose her foot and she's gonna grow it back, isn't she? You
And
motherfuckers.
is it
And it
gonna
didn't
eat dinner?
happen. So I'm like, okay. Whew. And they kept doing this to me the whole fucking time. And it's just like with Emily, it's like it looks like they killed her, and I'm like, holy shit, wow, good job, Capcom. That's a bold fucking thing to do. Well, no, it sounds fucked up, but it's
Yeah,
like
but no, I
they
get what you mean.
they don't put kids in horror games generally at
Mm-mm.
all. And then when they do, they have plot armor out the ass. So the fact that Capcom was willing to take a risk and go against that and actually put the kid in there and kill the kid and mutate it into a monster, I'm like, holy shit. Like that's kind of groundbreaking. Like that takes some balls to do something like that. That's not normally something that happens. So I'm like, wow, good job. And then they fucking retconned it. And not only did they retconned it in the dumbest possible fucking way with Leon's dumb, I didn't hit any vitals bullshit.
Yes.
Like, fuck off. And then, like you said, it's just, oh, she's just living in this cocoon and she's perfectly preserved and safe. Oh, and she can see now. It's like that emotion that you made me feel of like, hey, good job, Capcom. That was cool. That was emotional. Way to
Just
go. You
kidding.
took that away. It's like a slap in the face.
In the cheapest, dumbest, worst written way possible, though. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
And then it happens again in the end, which we'll talk
Yep.
about later.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, just I feel
Ugh,
like it happens so often that I feel like they were doing that kind of shit intentionally, and I feel offended. I
yeah.
feel personally attacked by this, especially
Yeah.
by the mold shit, because I wanted it to be as far away from the other games as possible, and they kept kind of putting in these little seeds of like, is it though? Is it gonna be connected?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay. What about Leon?
Leon was perfect.
Leon was amazing.
Yeah, he was pretty
Yeah.
perfect.
I don't
You know,
think
The voice actor was so good. Like he was perfect.
yeah, I don't think they could have done Leon any better than they did.
Yeah.
Overall, like, I think his age design is great. He looks great, he looks cool. He Nick did an amazing job voicing him, which shouldn't have
Super
even been
amazing.
possible because, like, he changed the delivery and aged it up in a way that was believable, and it
Yeah.
was really well done. Yeah,
yeah.
they brought his one-liners back, and they were all funny
Yeah.
and
They were
great.
good. Yes. He
His
was
like,
so
he
perfect.
went through an emotional journey more than fucking Grace did when he was going
Right?
through Raccoon City and having his post-traumatic experience and his
Right?
flashbacks and everything, like, you know, not only through the voice acting, but through the emotions on his face and the way that it was put together, like, it was just really, really well done.
Mhm. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I had to look it up because I was like, is this the same Leon from like
Right?
RE2
Yeah, it's
remake?
hard to
And I was like,
tell.
I
oh,
just saw a compilation recently where it plays like him doing RE2 remake Leon, RE4 remake Leon, and then RE9. And it's like, wow, he really did such a good job of like transforming his voice to make
Mhm.
him sound like younger and middle aged. It's so good. It's
Yeah,
so
and
good.
normally there's a reason why companies will recast when they age up a character because normally you can't really do that in a believable quality way, but he fucking did it across 3 games,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's really
He
impressive.
I saw an interview. Apparently, he is a Leon fan too. So like,
Yeah.
it shows, bro.
Yeah, for sure it does.
all right. Going back to Grace, and what about Grace's voice performance and character? You know, did that
So
come off well?
yeah, the only thing that bugged me was that I didn't think I think the voice actor did the best she could with the stuttering, but I didn't like the way I didn't feel like the stuttering the way it was written wasn't as accurate. Like she only ever got caught up in the beginning of a sentence, and I could have swore stutters affect more than it's not like that anime like what do you mean? I mean, I don't know, but I just really liked Grace despite all of her flaws, and I thought the actress did a good job.
In defense of that, it's she doesn't have a well, to my understanding, she doesn't have a stutter. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
okay,
she's
it's
not
just her
that's
stumbling
not
on
part of her
words.
character. She's just afraid. So
Okay,
like it makes sense because she's like when she's initiating speech, she's struggling to get it out. So like at the front end, she's stuttering because she's having trouble starting the words, you know? So like I kind of understand it in that way because it's not, she's not a stutterer. She's just really scared and
okay,
nervous. And
okay.
anytime she has to be put into a position to speak, she's afraid and she's struggling to start it
Poor
for the words
thing.
to come out initially. That's what I got out of it.
Okay,
I
Because
that
can't
makes
remember.
more sense.
I can't
because like
remember the
oh good. Good.
voice actor's name for Grace, but so I saw in later interviews that she played RE4 remake, sat down with Nick, and they talked it out over RE9, and so she was kind of new to horror. So, and when she was playing the game or seeing the scenes, she was generally freaked out, like, ah. So that
Mm,
was good authenticity. It's like, oh, she is fucking scared. So that comes out really well. That's one thing I would say about the Grace thing. Don't mind it. So I'm all right with Grace, but
Yeah.
just the
same.
plot errors is like, eh.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
the writers and the directors did Grace dirty, but like the character herself, I like, and the actress did a good job.
Yeah, especially towards the beginning, they in all elements for Grace, they did a really amazing job, like, starting out, like, just this is something I talked about, when I initially saw the Requiem trailer where they had her upside down and stuff like that, where they had, like, the beads of sweat on her, and like the flushing of the face with the red, and her emotions, and you could just see the way that like the skin was moving when she was emoting and stuff like that. It was incredible. And it just felt like a lie. You know what I mean? Because like it was so good in the beginning and it didn't carry that forward. Like it's just
Mm.
such a missed opportunity to have the ability to have this amazing emotion and realism and not take advantage of it in a meaningful way. And like her performance, I think, held up all the way through. Like she did a really good job from the beginning to the end in terms of performance. Like they even captured like little things like her like rolling her tongue, and you could actually see that happen, which was really cool. And um just I don't know, she did a really amazing job. She was believable. She felt scared, you know, like
Yeah.
that was it felt very genuine. And aside from the stuttering thing, you know, I wish they would
Yeah.
have removed that because it takes away from that performance. But yeah, it was really well done. She did a really good job. I hope that she gets an opportunity to have a better script down the road, maybe where she could
Hmm.
really have a really meaningful character at some point, because I don't really think we got that from Grace in this game. I feel like the writers kind of failed her in that regard. Like Leon was great, but she just didn't have the material to, especially for a new character, you know, for me
Hmm.
to be like, oh yeah, this is a cool character. And the potential was there for sure.
She deserved better.
Yeah.
Oops, what happened?
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Okay, a joke one. What did people think about the pilot?
What?
He was fine.
Oh, oh, he died. Poor guy.
I went back and saw the cutscene. I was like, Race is like, understandably, I'm now worried about Emily. But, oh no, he's dead. Whatever.
That was
Moving
horrible. Like
on.
that was a pretty like whoa death, to be honest. Like I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah. All right.
Speaking of the helicopter, though, how the fuck did Emily get injured?
I know, right?
I mean, she had this
Um,
like life-threatening injury, but
Yeah.
how? She
I,
had her seatbelt on. She was still in the seat. I didn't see
right.
anything stabbing into her. What the fuck happened?
a piece of tofu came in.
Yeah, I guess something.
All right. Did you think Sherry was going to be in the game?
That was like the one thing that got spoiled for me. It kind of
Mm,
sucks.
I I kind of refused to believe it. Like it made sense. The voice sounded right, and you know, you could see the blonde hair or whatever in some of the trailers, and everyone was like a cherry, a cherry. But I didn't think they were going to do that. I didn't think that was something that Capcom was going to do. So I just kind of wrote it off.
And
So I was pleased to see that it actually was her. I was kind of surprised.
I, I'm glad she's on my side.
But can we talk about Sherry for a goddamn minute? So that
Yeah.
was no, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's like because when me and you did that kind of trailer thing, and it's only the last like millisecond I saw the blonde girl with, like, and I said Sherry, and I picked up on it. I was like, God damn it, I was right. Like, oh, I wanted to be surprised, but no. But
Yeah,
then, because I think it's the same voice actor, I
it
could be
is.
wrong.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
so and because you're listening to it, well, I don't know if you had the right same settings, but I'm listening to it through the fucking control speaker. I was like, okay, maybe they changed the voice actor for Hannigan. It's not unsurprising they do that, but then you see the scene. It's like Sherry, and like, oh, so it was Sherry. Oh, okay, fine, it's fine, but it's just like, so where's Hannigan in this thing?
Another reason I didn't really believe it too is like it doesn't make sense. And in the story, it doesn't fucking make sense. Like, what the fuck happened? She was an agent. She has fucking superpowers. Why is she behind a desk? And
Yeah.
furthermore, why is she infected? She literally has the best virus ever to counteract the T virus. Why the fuck is she not immune to that?
Did you guys ever find out like why why characters from survivors from Raccoon City were suddenly infected?
Well, everybody who was in Raccoon City had the virus dormant. So over time it just became
Started to affect
active.
them.
Yeah, like it was affecting them slowly over long periods of time. And I guess it affected people different ways based on their biology. So like some people got hit with it quicker than others, but everybody who was in Raccoon City had it. Which brings me to this. Why did we not talk about any of the other characters? Any of the other outbreak survivors? Ada, Claire, Chris, Jill, Barry, they're okay? None of them had this affecting them? All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I know. I just kind of felt like, okay, because that was a question I had from the early on. It's like maybe this gets explained, and it didn't really get explained to me. Like
no.
again, I read through all the notes and all that, and I was just like, yeah. So why are they infected? What happened? Yeah.
Yeah. And they they didn't really go anywhere with Sherry, which I thought was kind of disappointing, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
it just really irritates me that she's even infected. That just doesn't fucking make any sense. And like they brought her back to do nothing with her. And
Mm-hmm.
like she would have been a great opportunity to like, I don't know, her blood could have been a cure, or I don't know, they could have done something with her. Like
Anything.
why is she there? Like there's so many things that they could have done with her and they did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That
All
yeah,
right.
that really annoyed me.
So, what do we think of Xeno?
Lame.
This was another one of those instances of Capcom fucking with
Ugh.
my emotions, because when that door came up and I saw him, I'm like, did you
Wesker?
fucking bring back Wesker, you stupid
Right?
assholes? I was so pissed.
Right.
I
Me
was so
too.
pissed.
I
And then
thought he
it got
was
worse.
Wesker. Yeah, it
Honestly,
got
I
way
would have,
worse.
yeah, I would have rather they just
What
brought
a
back
fucking
Wesker than what we got.
loser.
That was so lame. He's so
He's
worthless.
so stupid.
And he's got his
And
stupid little earring. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
like the only I'd say the only things he was good for was like getting dunked on in the good ending. And but I like having a mock Wesker fight at the end, if you did the bad ending, would have been kind of creative, like a creative way to put a Wesker fight in there, and they didn't. So it's like he's the most stupid, pointless, fucking idiotic character ever. Like what the
Mm-hmm.
it's almost as if they wanted to bring Wesker back and then at the last minute Capcom was like, "No, you, you can't do that."
That's very much what it feels like, yeah.
And they were just like, he's just a clone. Okay. So
Yeah.
stupid.
Which
Like,
probably means it's going to get worse too. We're probably going to see more clones, and we're probably going to eventually see a Wesker brought back, whether it's the Wesker or not. They're probably going to bring him back like in his initial form, like it's like the Wesker that we're used to seeing, but it's a clone.
Yeah.
So
Also,
I don't like that path at all.
what's the other guy's name? Gideon?
Yeah,
yeah.
Victor, Gideon.
Okay, first of all, I didn't like him. I thought he was lame. So, like
I liked him in
him,
the first half.
I just thought it was funny, like him talking shit to the fake Wesker, like Gideon was any cooler. Like we couldn't have had some kind of like someone else. Like I was just like, shut up. And then you're just gonna do a fake like tyrant or your fight's a fucking imitation too. Like shut up. You're not any better than fucking Xeno. Like he turned into
Yeah.
a what wasn't he that didn't he also turn into like a blobby booger thing, or was that something else?
Yeah, he turned into Nemesis basically because he had
Yeah.
the Nemesis parasite, which they don't fucking explain in the game for some
Uh,
fucking reason, and they don't explain why it had the effect on him that it did. Like, why does he look like some weird Frankenstein fucking thing? Why does
right?
he have a grill? Why are his
And why
teeth
does he?
gold? Like, what the
And
fuck
he
is
has like
happening?
some of his line delivery, especially in the early part, sounded like he was trying to do like a Heath Ledger Joker a little bit. Like, go back and
Mm,
listen to it with that in mind. He does kind of have this kind of like, do you want to know how I got these scars? Like, he's got a weird
yeah.
kind of, yeah. And I just didn't like. He pissed me off because he's touching on Leon too creepily.
Yeah, like Ari Kitten said too, like why is he like a smarter
Yeah,
nemesis? Like they don't
so
explain that.
weird.
It's just like, oh, he magically has the parasite and it magically affected him in the way that we wanted it to. We're not going to explain any of that, but here it
Yeah,
is. Like what?
it's just
Also, we need Grace to, get the password to Elpis, but we're gonna make sure she has to survive fucking the girl, the bit where the blood spills over everywhere and where she could potentially drown. Yeah,
yeah.
I really need this girl to stay alive, but I'm just gonna, self-destruct button over that.
I
Oh
Damn.
my
mean,
god.
they didn't even explain why they were taking her blood.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe to clone her again, but like then what the fuck is Xeno doing?
Yeah.
And that's a long game, like, so they're just gonna what were they gonna do? Take her blood and just keep her prisoner and experiment over years to clone her? Like, what the fuck was the goal? It doesn't make any sense.
All for a fucking password.
Which she shouldn't even know. Why did she even know that password? Where did she get it?
Yeah. She did. uh yeah. And it was weird. That's a lot riding on like technically she didn't have to do that, Zeno. Like you could have just made her tell you the password and entered it in yourself. You
Was I
fucking
the only
weirdo.
one that laughed when he was like, "What's the password?" Uh,
Boink! That's the password. I was a little annoyed you can't just go back and manually type in whatever you want.
oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I had that funny moment when I was playing with you where I was trying to get across in the basement and you're like, you can't go across there, it's a pool of infected blood. And I was like, oh, sorry. And then like literally 15 minutes later all of that blood gets like poured on top of her. It's like, hey.
Yeah.
And how did Leon not recognize Zeno slash Wesker? Like, shouldn't he have been like, hey, that guy's familiar?
Right.
I mean, they didn't interact directly, but with, Ada working for him and, their relationship together. And Leon was like, he knew about Wesker with the whole Resident Evil 4 thing. He was aware of him. So, like, at this point in time, there's no way that Leon was not aware of Wesker and knows what he looks like. So he should have seen him and been like, huh, I know that guy. Like, there was no acknowledgement that he fucking recognized him whatsoever.
Yeah.
Did you see what Lee asked?
Uh,
He
what do you
wants to
think of
know.
RE9's portrayed Oswald Spencer? Like, vocally? Because we didn't really see him.
I would say it's probably
I think
more to do with his retconned motive, and then
it's so
suddenly
annoying.
I
Oh,
feel
God.
so bad about something, so I'm gonna place all my things in hope.
Oh my god.
That that literally makes no goddamn sense. So you're telling me that fucking Spencer had a change of heart and created this cure and adopted a fucking baby and then went off and had a confrontation with Wesker after that? Where he was like, I should be a god. That happened after his redemption? Okay. Sure. Fuck off.
There ain't no way that man felt guilt. Like they actually could have written so many better excuses for him to make a cure. Like it could have been like cuz he got infected so he needed it for himself, or because he was planning to sell the cure for, like, so many more motivations for him making a cure that would have made more sense than because he felt bad and he just so happened to I was very pissed about the Grace reveal. I was like kind of making fun of her during the reveal of the orphanage. I was like, "Ew, Grace, you're one of them monster girls. How's that make you feel?" Ew. And then it was like you get to the computer and then watch the interview, and it was like, "What?" It's the dumbest thing ever.
There's so many things that they could have done that would have been cool, and they were just like, "Nah." Like, even with bringing Sherry back, like, it would have been cool if maybe they like, Sherry's G virus infection was, like, getting out of control and, like, she was mutating and infecting other
Mhm.
people and shit, and Spencer got scared because, like, G virus is supposed to be, like, the most terrifying and infectious virus of everything that they've done, but it's never
Yeah.
spread. So, like,
Yeah.
this would be an opportunity to spread that virus through Sherry, and then, like, Spencer's afraid of getting infected by that, so he makes a cure to save his own
Yeah.
ass. Like, all of that would have been really cool. Like, there's so many things that they could have done that would have made sense, tied it back into the universe even deeper, but this is what we get?
Yeah, it was weird. It was super
All right.
weird.
What about Alyssa? I feel like we talked about all the other characters, but we haven't said anything about Alyssa.
She was actually fine, honestly.
Yeah,
Like, I thought she was all right.
I thought she was fine too. It just the whole adoption thing, I wish it would have just been her daughter.
Yeah.
It just it
Yeah,
it waters
same.
down her involvement substantially.
Especially if they were just gonna retcon it where she's just a normal girl anyway, then
Yeah, like,
yeah,
she
it's
didn't
like,
even need to be there.
yeah, it should have just been her daughter.
Yeah. And
I
again, that's
guess,
something that
but
they could have
then,
done too, like, with like, why Spencer wanted her is, like, it could have been like, "Oh, she's the offspring of Alyssa who has the daylight cure," or whatever. Like, they could have
right?
used that in some capacity, but nah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like you're the key. Like that's so fucking corny. And then to find out like she's not even anything. Oh, give me a break. Oh, brother, this plot stinks.
Yeah, and it happened again, throwbacks to Village that scared me. They brought back the wolf pack, and mm, so what did you guys think of that, about the wolf pack showing up? Like, what the f why was it not Chris? Chris is
Yeah,
too busy
yeah,
fucking in his wheelchair in his retirement home? Like, what the fuck is Chris doing that he couldn't come save Leon?
right.
He sends his dipshit lackeys from Village? Fuck off.
This is where I'm getting a bit concerned with story-wise, and we'll lean into story-wise after this, but like, I don't think Resident Evil can come up with good, bad characters anymore. If they come up with a bad character, they just die in that game. So, like, they're having to use good characters like Chris and kind of give you the mystery of, is Chris still a good person? The whole BSAA thing is like being switched around. It's like it used to be a good organization, and then it's kind of becoming a shell of its former self, and it's turning evil and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but he
And
didn't
it's
know
just,
about that, right? Because
yeah,
he was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
yeah.
So, I don't think they're gonna make him evil. But another thing that would have made sense if they actually had good writers, whoever came to rescue Leon and Grace, this would be a perfect opportunity to bring in literally fucking anybody. Anybody from Raccoon City. It could have been Ada, could have been fucking Chris, it could have been Claire, it could have been one of the other outbreak survivors. It could have been literally anybody tied to Raccoon City. And they could have come and rescued them. And we see that they're cured too, even though they weren't involved in all this. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that's acknowledgement that the other main cast was also infected. But, and this, you know, this virus is, or this cure can also heal them. You know what I mean? Like, or wait, no, that doesn't make sense. I'm thinking like they released the cure globally, but they didn't do that. Never mind. I'm
Yeah.
overthinking that. But still, there could have been something, some way to bring in like a third party, like somebody that was in Raccoon City that wasn't tied to this specific story, bring them in so that we can acknowledge that the infection is affecting the other characters. And then they could have given them another cure or whatever, and then another vial, something, some way to acknowledge, like, hey, Chris got this and Claire got this and whoever. You know what I mean? Rather than just completely leaving them out of the story.
Yeah.
So, story.
Shit.
Horrible.
Did we
It's so
plot
it didn't make
holes?
any sense. Like just fucking it's like
Apparently,
somebody took a shotgun blast to the fucking script because Jesus. It's so bad. There's so many like even like I mentioned earlier, it's like Grace's motivations for getting out of the little kid out was so contrived and stupid and made her look like a bad person. Like uh the random like building up Grace to be one of these fucking weirdo children only to reveal that for no sensical reason, no, she's just a normal kid that needed parents. What? Well, then why does she look like why does she look like the other kid? Like n-
yeah, I think for me, the biggest letdown, I talked about this before, is that I thought that they should have killed Leon. And this was another one of those moments where they strung me along and fucking retcon shit and played with my emotions because that alternate ending,
this is
Leon
bad.
Leon does die, and
They just fucking
that
shoved
was
him in
the
the
first ending that I got because I thought you were supposed to destroy it because it's a virus. I figured, hey, that's what Leon
yeah.
wanted. That's what I'm gonna do. So I figured that'd be the good ending. So I did that.
So
So I'm going through this thinking this is going to be the canon ending, and Leon gets killed, and I'm like, whoa, this is terrible. But at least they did it. They actually killed him. I was deeply unsatisfied with that being the way that they did it, but at least they fucking did it because to me this really needed to be a story of Leon's end, because it's going to be his end either way. I don't think we're going to see Leon for a long time after this regardless because they've used Leon so much, and this is like his old man story basically. Like it kind of feels like they're done with this character for the foreseeable future, and this was a great time to just be done with the character. And it would have been great for them to just kind of kill him off. He's infected. The virus does fuck him up a lot, right? They should have just let that play out. Like give him a moment to save Grace, give him his hero moment. They treated the character throughout the majority of the campaign very well. It was respectful. They made Leon likable throughout the whole thing. It was great. So like when you get to that moment where Leon dies, you have that bond with him. You like the character. You've gone through a long campaign with him, and then at the end it's sad. We lose him at the end of his journey because we never lose anybody. We never lose any main characters ever. And Leon has been sick multiple times and other characters have been sick, and they always find a cure. Like this was the moment to actually give the viruses gravity. Like, hey, oh look, the virus can actually kill the main cast. How about that? There's been so many games and so many characters and so many infections that like nothing has any weight anymore. It's like no one's going to get infected that matters. No main character is going to die. Like it's just way too safe. So
so
approaching this game from uh the perspective of making Leon sick again, I feel like it was really important that they delivered on that. He doesn't get out of it this time.
so I 100% agree with you. There's even like forum posts for me like 20 years ago where I'm like, yeah, they need to actually like let a character die. Like one of the mains needs to fucking die and make like let them give them some kind of closure. And then even when like Leon was showing up, I was making jokes like, oh no, don't Joel him. Like, oh, it would probably make the most sense for them to kill him. But I'm gonna be honest, I am such a Leon fangirl that when it actually like came down to it and seemed like it was really gonna happen, I was like, like no, 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 I can't, I can't, like I like you can't, no, you can't do that to me.
Yeah,
You
like they could have, like there could have been like one vial of the cure, and like he
and he
wanted to
had to
save it
give it
for
up.
Sherry, or like
Yeah.
Grace somehow got infected, so he cures her and sacrifices himself. That would
Yeah.
be a good ending, you
Yeah.
know? Or I don't know, there's so many different ways that they could have done that that would have been respectful and impactful,
I'm
but
not ready.
instead they just they're too chicken shit to do anything that matters.
Yeah. You
It's just like
can't.
with the Emily thing. It's like, "Oh, we killed the little girl. Just kidding. She's
Yeah.
fine and she's cured and she can see. Everything's great." Like do something dark and memorable, you know? Like this is a horror franchise, you know? It's supposed to
Yeah.
be dark and violent and there should be weight to it. We should be afraid. If we're not concerned that we're going to lose a main character ever, then where's the fear come from?
Hell, they can't even bother to kill off like they can't even kill off side characters half the time. They'd rather just like let them disappear forever.
Right?
Sheva
Which is why it would have been good for them to do this, you
would have
know?
been good for like Sheva and Chris to show up instead of random nobodies with no faces.
Yeah. Oh, you know what would have been cool? Like apparently he's married, you know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
So
To
what would have
me.
been cool? Wow.
Sorry everybody, I don't mean to spoil it, but
Spoiler. Like it would have been cool if like along with the wolf pack or Chris or whoever was to come and save Leon, like they brought along his wife and she was also infected and they only had that one cure and he used that for her. How
yeah,
cool would that have been?
right.
But nah.
No. We told you, are you kidding? It's me. Apparently Diz too.
He's married to everybody. He's a
Yeah.
whore.
Yeah.
All right. So are we done with the story? Because I can think of one other thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Locations.
Oh, actually, I do have one more thing.
Remember,
Gunner.
remember Rocket City?
Going back to the whole virus thing and how fucking bullshit that is and how pointless it is. It doesn't even make sense because when Zeno gets the cure, he's still scarred. Like wherever the infection grew, it left a mark, like a permanent mark on
Mm.
his face and his hands. But when good old Leon gets the cure, we got to clear up that perfect face of his. Suddenly, oh, it's all magically gone, and he's just like he was before. Because, like at the end, when he's like laying in the whatever that is, that garbage area, like when they first
Uh-huh.
get to the lab and they do the close up of his face, you can see like how gnarly and fucked up that like
Uh-huh.
viney infection is going up his face. That should be permanent,
Yeah.
but
It
apparently
goes away
yeah, magically it just disappears because reasons.
because it's Leon.
Yeah. Anywho, I just wanted to point that out because I was really annoyed by that. Like, if you're gonna cure it, like cure it for everybody. Make it go away for Xeno too, so it's consistent. Or don't, but like pick one. Don't
Zeno's so lame.
you can't have everything. Pick your
He
fucking
deserves
lane.
Zeno deserves to look as stupid as possible at all times. It's so dumb.
Leon's too
Okay.
hot to scar.
Yeah.
But and that's fine. Like if you want to do it that way, then just remove the shit from Xeno and everything's fine. But like it's the inconsistency that drives me insane. I hate it. It means they only did it for plot devices or, you know, just to because that's how they wanted it to be in the story. They didn't want Leon to be ugly. So it didn't happen that way for him. But only him. It's dumb.
Oh,
All right.
Leon.
Locations.
Yeah.
Terrible. No, I'm just kidding. Locations
I
were good. You go ahead, Shayla. Go ahead.
I thought I really liked the building that where there was like the glass and it was turned all opposite ways and stuff. Um I thought there were some cool moments in that, like that setting really scary. Like there was even a couple times where like I accidentally dropped something and almost like I I don't know. I'll have to clip it because I literally shot one of the doors. Something came out and destroyed the panel right next to me, but I was like almost on it, so I like literally almost like killed myself through the glass. And I had quite a few moments where I was kind of getting like tummy tickles because I was like, "Oh my god, am I gonna fall here?" Um, and it was just kind of like, I don't know, I liked that one, but some of them were kind of dingy and boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like some of Raccoon City was like giving like Gears of War, like Xbox era kind of everything's brown and gray. I get why, because it's Raccoon City, but eh,
Yeah, the only thing I wish they would have done, because they kind of had to do it that way, like you're saying, but they could have done something where, like, I don't know, some way to make it dark. You know, like, I don't know, maybe
yeah,
it's scorched the sky, or there's a dome over it, or like, so they should have done something to make it dark and like grungy. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, like, make up a reason to make it dark and wet. You know what I mean? Because that
mhm,
would have just set a much better, more interesting atmosphere
mhm,
than dry desert, because it just gives me RE5 vibes. And what was the other one? Oh, fucking, what was the third Resident Evil movie? Extinction?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
could think of, and that is
mhm,
not a good association. So, but like, I tried to be lenient on it because I get it. Like, I know that that's kind of what it needs to look like, but I feel like there's ways around it where they could have done it a little bit more interesting.
Ex- especially because I was actually pretty creeped out by the subway. But then nothing really creepy happened in the subway. Like they didn't have any like scary moments or even any good
Yeah.
jump scares or anything. So I was kind of like ended up feeling more like the subway in Resident Evil 6 without the annoying train QTEs.
Yeah, I think that could have been cool too, is like maybe even if you bring Leon in the daytime, and then like
Mhm.
in the game it does actually get a little bit darker over time.
Mhm.
But if they kind of took that to the next level, and it's like, okay, you get to see it where it's this kind of like desolate desert kind of atmosphere, and then like as you're going, like it does become nighttime, and then it could rain, you know, and
Mhm.
give you that effect that I was talking about, and then like maybe make something happen, like maybe the water does something to the soil that unearths like a new kind of monster or something like that, that's been, you know,
Mhm.
gestating in the sand for, you know, 20 years or whatever. Like that would have been cool. There's
Mhm.
just so many things that they could have done that they just didn't. It just feels kind of lazy.
Yeah.
Acid rain, there you go. That'd be fucked up.
So
I
how did you guys feel about the the care setting being so close to actually Raccoon City?
I did not like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be in completely different parts of the world.
Yeah.
It's too
I was just like
convenient.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, in real life scenarios like in Chernobyl, they evacuate the surrounding cities and all that. And yes, they retconned because originally they said they were going to nuke Raccoon City, and then they retconned it to a fucking missile. Yes, it devastated a few buildings, but a lot of it's still fucking there. And you're like, all right, and they couldn't find fucking Ark for so long because
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dumb.
They just another underground laboratory, like Jesus
Hmm.
Christ, like it
And it's
didn't
the
even have a
biggest one
laser
yet.
room.
Yeah. It had a
Where
fake laser room. It looked like a
right,
laser room.
right, and it just deserialized you instead. I was like, oh,
And I have to
okay.
point out too that that first entryway into the lab that you go into, and it does like, it sprays the water and it does
Mhm,
the
mhm.
hissing noise. Pretty sure that's supposed to be decontamination and scanning. So
Yeah.
why did that not detect Leon's virus and shut the fuck
Right.
down?
Right.
So dumb.
They're like, it's fine. There's zombies in there anyway.
Yeah, how?
Right. He's just a
okay.
little guy, are you kidding?
He's too soft to die. He's too
Yeah.
spongy.
He slipped out.
So, all right, I did just think of one other thing. I haven't bought the
Oh, I have
DLC to.
more.
Yeah, sure. Okay, then yeah, go for
No,
it.
no. I meant go ahead first.
So music, because I didn't buy the DLC where you can swap the soundtrack to have the older Resident Evil music playing in the thing. I still don't have it. So if I get it eventually when they separate it on their PlayStation thing, I'll be interested in play through. But what do you guys think of the music that was available?
I liked it.
I honestly thought it was the best soundtrack since like the olden days, like the original trilogy. I thought it was
I,
really good. I mean, not entirely. Like the whole soundtrack isn't like amazing, but the ones that are good are really fucking good.
But so you didn't use the classic songs or you did?
No, I didn't have them.
Okay.
nor did I.
I did. It was worth it. I liked having the old school Resident Evil music play while I was in RPD.
But
And
no,
I
they
liked
gave you
having
like
the
a remix of that and it was like kind of synth and I thought it was cool.
hmm. I'll have to listen to it. That sounds awesome actually.
There's things in it I just didn't pick up there was actually music playing. It's only when like fucking zombies arrive and it's like particularly when Leon's it's like there's some like kind of slow but action kind of style music and I'm just like towards the end of it when all the zombies are like, it's just like all right, this is weird, but I couldn't pick up other than the RPT when you go in the RPT the remix to the hall, and maybe the save music when you're in your save room. Other than that, I couldn't pick up any other music.
Yeah, I mean, you had like that music when Leon first shows up and he steps out of the car and stuff. It's kind of like a
Mhm.
rock kind of electronic track. That I thought that was good. You got the save room music. You got the RPD remix. The final kind of slow, kind of melancholy song that they do at the end as everything's wrapping up. I thought that was really good. Um, and then I, it's a little silly, but the credits song with the vocals, I thought that was actually pretty
I
good
liked
too.
it.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was cool. Like they've tried to do songs with lyrics multiple times and failed, and I thought this is probably the best one that they've done so far.
Mhm.
Um,
I I, I think I've just blocked it out because I just didn't hear it. I was like,
yeah, maybe increase the volume of the music because I think you missed
Yeah.
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to go back. But
Did
yeah,
you play with headphones
no,
He said he was
um,
using the controller speaker.
yeah,
for everything?
yeah. I platinumed the game with a dodgy controller somehow.
And no speakers apparently.
It was dodgy speakers as well. I didn't really notice
Mm.
it until the end, but yeah. So yeah, some bits I didn't
Yeah,
obviously notice. So
yeah, definitely go back through and play with headphones because yeah, there's some really good music. I was pretty impressed.
then
Um
Shayla, you said you had other things to know.
so and I don't know if it's too off topic now, but I thought of another thing that really pissed me off like story-wise. Um was the fucking again, it's where it's like I feel like they kind of robbed Grace. So they her boss asks her to go investigate her mom's death, like HR, hello, like no no decent establishment would do that. If anything, they would bar her from investigating. And then that could have been a moment for Grace to be like, "No, I have to know like what my mom was doing, so I'm going to go and sneak in there on my own." And then have it be more of like personally motivated risky than like HR violation. Like that it doesn't make sense for them to force her to it'll build character. Like shut the fuck up. What is this? This is not like the 1950s. Like I could maybe see them doing something shitty to her like then, but like in modern day they're going to make her go investigate by herself in the creepy fucking hospital or hotel to find out what happened to her mom. No.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, she wasn't completely alone. There was that cop there, but
But
I
still.
they needed better justification. I don't think they could do it the way that you said because that goes against her character of being like,
Yes, a
timid and
chicken
scared and
shit.
stuff. She would
Yes.
never volunteer to do that. But, yeah, they could have just been more descriptive about like why they're sending her out. Like, hey, you're
Right.
the best analyst that they have, and you've been,
Yeah.
you did X, Y, and Z cases, and we need somebody like that to go out there. I know that this is hard for you, but we really need your help, kind of a thing. And
Yeah.
like they touched on that because he did acknowledge, like, hey, I know, you have bad memories of that, and you don't have to go if
I
you don't
can't
want to.
force you to go there,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they touched on
But
it, but yeah, there should have been a lot more to
that
it.
was stupid. It was just
Yeah.
poorly thought out.
It was just bad writing. Like
Yeah.
it's like they started to get there, but they just gave up or they just didn't know how to write it properly, so they just half-assed it.
Yeah. Okay. Sean, any other bits and bobs?
I think we touched on pretty much everything. There's some Easter eggs that I thought were kind of interesting that we didn't talk about. Did you guys notice the Code Veronica Easter
Yep.
eggs? So that's interesting. I mean, I know it's been rumored that they're doing that for a while now, but since
What?
they have Code Veronica stuff in there, I don't know. Maybe it's actually going to happen.
I picked up on Resident Evil 5 bits as well.
Yeah.
Because particularly that bit where you have to go on this thing where you drain the blood and you're on this kind of metal thing and it needs processing. And I was just like, okay, so this is a bit from Resident Evil 5. Chris and Sheva had to go on these kind of
Conveyor belt.
aileron kind of things. And I was like, all right, so they're just going to copy this for RE5 remake. So it was just like, yeah, all right. So copy paste from things that they know they're going to need in other games, in other remakes. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and again with Raccoon City, they have the color palette and the tone built into the city right there to do Africa, right? All they have to do is change
Yep.
the
Yep.
modeling and the structures. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're probably going to remake everything at this point. It seems like it's concerning. I'm curious though to see what happens. But
Especially
yeah,
like Veronica's such a batshit crazy story. It's one of the first ones for me that where Resident Evil was really
mhm.
went off the rails. So like it'd be interesting to see how they redo that one.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
also had
because
oh, good.
I was going to say, because like if they do remake Veronica, are they going to have to censor down the whole trans kind of thing?
For
You're like,
sure.
Oh
For
yeah,
sure.
they'll figure something
And
out
that's the
with
thing,
that.
like how are they even going to get like how are they going to do that in a way that doesn't completely change like those characters entirely? Like I don't know how they can even do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they also mentioned well, they didn't mention it, but there was some crates or whatever in the underground lab that said HCF. That was from Code Veronica. That was
Oh.
Wesker's agency or whatever that he was working for.
Oh.
So yeah, they had
Wesker
some
works for no one.
they had some pictures hanging up in the care center and in Gideon's office that were the Ashfords. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. They had that
There's a
model or whatever, that kind of 3D.
Oh, there was Tricell stuff too.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Tricell a couple times.
They had a bottle at the bar where there's a safe, and it's a anagram of Veronica. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch. So we shall see.
And so if they do remake, well, when they do remake Code Veronica, are they going to have Carlos Chris or a different Chris?
God, that's a good question.
I'm sorry, but when it came to fucking 8, I was just like, not even trying to have a different voice. It's just Carlos. I'm sorry, it's just Carlos.
Yeah.
And when you
I don't know.
can have Nick, trick us to think, oh, is it actually Nick? And it is. And to go from Resident Evil 3 remake to fucking 8, and it's like, I went for no effort. I'm just going to use my Carlos voice again. Because fuck Carlos.
They're like, Carlos wasn't in there that much. Maybe they won't notice. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dumb. And Chris wasn't in Village much either. So, like, I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to split the difference, or like, both of these are small enough that we'll just combine them into one, and we'll pay you for one full project.
Well, we'll change the fucking character design of Resident Evil 7 Chris to 8, and completely it's like, I'm now ginger. I am now black entirely. Not as in the skin, but like dressed in black. And it's just like, okay.
Poor Chris has the most like
Yeah.
inconsistent look / design.
Yeah, they did him dirty.
They
And yet-
really did.
And when they
Poor
go back
Chris.
to the CG movies, the latest one, he's just like fucking RE5 and
Mhm.
Chris. It's like,
That's the best one though. 1 and
Okay.
5 are my favorite Chris's.
Yeah, I definitely liked 5 Chris the most. I wish they kind of took that idea and just kind of, I don't know, built off of that, like toned it back or dialed it up depending on like where they're going with the character. You know, like if it's future Chris, you know, like keep him mostly the way that he was in 5 and just kind of build on that. And if you're doing like a remake, like something older, you know, kind of still keep that same spirit of who he is, but maybe dial it down a little bit to give him like room to grow into that role. But just Chris has always been really bland until 5. You know, like I feel like he was actually likable in 5. So I would like
Mhm.
them to just kind of stay with that and just work around that. I'm concerned about like if they do another RE1 remake, like what is Chris going to be in that? You know what I mean? Like
He was never done so bad as in 6 though. Like not only did they make him look worse in 6 than he did in 5, but how many people had died for Chris before 6, and then suddenly like one of his random like BSAA agents' death like drove him to drinking? Like what the hell was that? Poor Chris. Uh-oh.
we
Sounds
talked about that a long time ago too. Like I think when RE5 came out, where it just like, or 6 came out, and it's just dumb that like there's so many ways that they could have justified him like going over the deep end and getting
Mhm.
drunk and pissy and throwing his life away and all that kind of shit. Like there's many ways you could do that. Primarily, again, we go back to killing characters. Fucking kill Claire. You know what I mean? If you want to give him a
Right.
motivator, like boom, it's right there. It's in plain sight. But instead of doing that and doing something that actually mattered, they're just like, oh, his team, his generic team of soldiers that nobody gives a shit about, they died and that fucking throws him over the edge. Like, fuck off. It's so dumb.
Mhm.
Okay. I think we can move on if you guys are ready.
Yeah, so overall, what are we saying our opinion is of Resident Evil Requiem? Do we hate it? Do we like it?
I still like it.
I'm gonna play this again over 7 and 8. I know that's not saying much, but
No.
I think despite the fucking RE2 Sherry bit, oh god. Yeah, I'm probably still going to play that more and like that more than 7 and 8. But yeah, it's not saying much.
Yeah. Obviously I like it more than 7 and 8 or Village, not 8. But again, that means nothing. I feel like it's somewhere around the level of 6. I don't know if I feel like it's the same or if it's better, but it's like real close to what 6 is to me, because
Yeah.
like I love 6 as a video game. It's so much fun to play, but it's a fucking awful Resident Evil game, and I feel like Requiem is the exact same way. It's I I played the shit out of it. I beat it many times. I never got bored with it. I really enjoy the gameplay experience of Requiem. I think it's really well done and it's a great video game, but it's just another game that's not Resident Evil. You know, we're right back there again. So,
Yeah. All right. Chat, if you want to help me just type in some stuff so, you know, whenever people come back, if they want to come back, they don't accidentally see potential spoilers of chat. Just type in some comments and the like thing. So, spoon!
yeah,
Spoon!
it's funny because Diz mentioned, you know, it doesn't have 8 different stories, and that's good. I feel
Mhm.
like this was their second shot at doing what they wanted to do with 6 and
Mhm.
taking what they learned from that in ways, like, not completely, but they, you know, they dialed things down in terms of, like, scope and bloat and, like, removing, like, all these like, having all these, like, too many characters involved and complicating things that way, and they just kinda honed in to a smaller, more compact story, but realized their vision of, like, this accommodating the entire Resident Evil fan base of, like, action and horror together in one, and they pulled it off. I mean, you can't argue that. The vast majority of people love this game. It's getting tons of praise. The review scores are great. The Resident Evil community loves it. So like they took another shot at making Resident Evil 6 and they won. They pulled it off. I disagree. I don't like it in that way and it didn't work for me, but I'm clearly the minority here. So I mean they accomplished their goal. Can't really argue with that.
Okay.
Alrighty. It is
Spoiler review.
time. Oh, yes, thank you. Well, first we're going to do this.
Where's everyone going?
Go away. Okay. Uh, it was lingering. It wasn't supposed to do that. All right, Machinima Showcase. This week, like I mentioned before, is Requiem themed videos, which do not contain spoilers. So that's why the banner is
Woo!
gone. So don't be scared. You can watch these. The first video is from good old Ski Paps. We've watched a lot of their videos over, I mean, since we started doing this, basically, we've been watching videos from them. They're really funny. This is a brand new Requiem animation they put together, and it's about Leon getting pulled out of retirement to deal with a familiar problem. Let's take a look. If I can find it. That's not it. Where is it? There it is.
Ah, finally I can enjoy my days. I've retired from killing zombies.
Good evening. I'm a government agent. You have orders from Mr. President. Save the girl. Wake up.
How many girls have I saved already? I'm retired.
Hello?
Grace, kill your mother now.
Who are you? What do you mean?
Don't you recognize my voice? I specialize in rescuing useless girls who can't even cook to save themselves, with instincts like a dodo bird. Grace, look at your mother. She's a monster.
A monster? She looks fine.
You don't understand. Look carefully.
By the way, we're waiting for DoorDash. My mom is hungry. We are hungry.
Grace, listen. Don't become Ashley 2.0 in my life. Now, look at the wall. She's turning into a monster.
I think she is doing her Friday yoga, as she always does.
That's not yoga. That's a virus. Just kill her already so I don't have to come running to save you again. Babysitting women who are nothing but dead weight and hearing, "Help me, Leon," screamed every 5 seconds. Zombies everywhere, and somehow this turns into a rom-com. Are you kidding me? Then the fans start matchmaking me like it's a dating sim. Leon belongs with her. No, Leon belongs with that one. Bro, I'm shooting walking corpses, solving dumb puzzles that make me look stupid, mysterious women popping in and out like sketchy ads, and now what? Your mom is the final boss? I know the storyline. Don't act surprised. Grace, kill your mother now.
Sorry, I think you've got the wrong person. See ya.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Just random scammers as usual. Mom, wait a second. I need to go to the bathroom.
Bro, it's time to go. There's no time left.
Wait a second. I will call the president.
Hey, hello?
Mr. President, this is Leon. Send the nukes, now.
Hey, Leon. Leon? Hello? Did he say nudes or something?
Don't worry, sir. This mission will be over in seconds. Let the nukes handle it. Wait.
What is that?
It's terrifying. All right. The next one was brought to my attention by Shayla. It's from
Yay,
Cardbot Animations and will resonate with anyone who played the game. Again, no spoilers, but if you know, you know.
Mr. Kennedy! Mr. Kennedy! This is just an excuse to be in the same room as you. Worth it. She did out the insurance, so. They talk now. They talk now. Why did you kidnap me? Nobody cares about you. We're all here for Leon. Growing up was not so tough. When I've had enough, there's lots of fun stuff. You're Leon Kennedy. Yeah? Who are you? DILF. I mean FBI. FBI? What are you doing here? Here. Take this. Don't shoot it all in one place. This looks like Ada's Shoggy. Huh. They have a cave troll.
Still got the one-liners. He's a genius. Grace? Grace! Oh, yes, this is nice. Is this how he gets around between every cutscene? Ah!
Victor Gideon, we had an appointment.
Oh, the famous Leon S. Kennedy was looking for me?
Can you tell me what this is?
Let's just say it's a hickey for now. Like, we don't know until the game comes out, so come on, let's drive around till the release date. Take me to your old stomping grounds. Show me a good time. No spoilers, though.
I'm likely to kill you before we even get there.
Oh my, slow down. Buy me dinner first. Oh, what's this? Nice watch. Where'd you get it?
Don't touch. That's for speedrunning.
I love that guy's animations.
His Victor Gideon voice is really good too.
I know. I am for Leon.
I love the part with the Requiem where he takes out all the bullets. Because seriously, like, it doesn't matter how many bullets you have, she always gets one bullet. So clearly he pulls those shits out of there and he's like, "Fuck you, bitch. You get one."
These.
Saving these for later. You're gonna need these for a boss fight.
I eat bullets for breakfast. I survive, little kid. I'm being generous.
Alrighty, Alec, it is game time.
Okay. Yeah? It's game time.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's do a game we haven't done for a long time. Hi, Spy.
The game where each tower represents a letter of a video game. Ooh, fun. Stop hitting your sister, Leon. No, we can't stop it. Chuck E. Cheese.
You know
What's-
what though? Grace could always have just made more bullets with blood.
That is true, but Leon didn't know that.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, so each little tile has a kind of character or something to represent a letter. So there's 3 words, and the 3 words make up a video game title. So let's see if you can work it out.
Can you make it bigger? Oh wait, okay. Who's the last chick? Turok Entei. Oh wait, that's not who I thought it was. Who the fuck is the third guy?
The first word? The third
First
one?
word is Turok.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
second one is
Turok.
Entei.
Entei, yeah.
The
And
third one
Pokemon?
I don't know. Is that from Obscure?
No.
Oh. And the fourth chick looks like she's from Fortnite, but I don't know who she is.
It is a stream of Fortnite.
And
Streamer
then
begins with L.
second word is Meta Knight, and who the fuck is that? Well, I mean, second word
Is it
starts with M and
Tinkerbell?
it's 2 letters.
It's like a Tinkerbell mouse or something. What the fuck?
Hagrid. What has a H in the what? H and Yuna. So Turok Entei question mark Meta Knight question mark Hagrid Yuna. What the fuck? Are the
Does
letters
the
scrambled?
no. No. So, does the second picture of the second word is from Spyro. Spyro 2 to be exact.
Oh. Oh dang. And I still don't know who she is. I played that one.
I've never played Spyro.
Oh, the second one's really good.
The first guy in the third word, he looks like he's from a Telltale game.
Oh.
Yep.
But there's so many.
And I've played none of them. I'm more confused that there's a 2-letter word that starts with M. Like me.
Yeah, and the other one is HY or the last two. Like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't know who that other guy is with
I'm gonna shrink this back down.
the third word?
Turok something something.
Did stop singing Backstreet Boys.
I mean, there's only 4 Turok games. 2 of them are just called Turok.
Yeah.
One of them is Seed of Evil, so it can't be that. What's the second one? It's just Turok 2, isn't it?
Yeah, so we already got that it's TE, but we don't know the 2 other letters.
Oh, I thought you were saying the first word. Oh, okay, never mind. I was completely on another realm of existence.
Yeah, the first word is TE. Team? me, heenie.
What the fuck?
Right? Team. I mean, it might not even be team because I don't know who the other two people are. Does anyone know who Fortnite characters are?
No. I didn't know they actually had names.
Yeah, each character actually has like a
Oh
name.
God.
There is like a story in Fortnite, believe it or not.
Oh, I hope I never find out what that story is.
Are you guys tapping out?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not even close.
So, this is right. Is tell me why, and I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, I thought we were doing a game name.
Yeah,
Dang,
it is a
Diz.
game name. It's
Oh.
the Xbox
Oh.
version of Life is Strange kind of games. So
What?
It's called
yeah,
Tell Me
so
Why?
yeah, I have played it. T is for Turok, E is for Entei from Pokemon, L is Lot Klein from Resident Evil Survivor, one of the kids that L and the last L is Loser Fruit, a Fortnite streamer. And that is her skin. M is Meta Knight. Yep, you got that from Kirby. E is Laura from Spyro 2. W is Walt or Walter from Walking Dead Telltale series. H, Hagrid from Harry Potter PS1. And Y is Una.
Tell me why ain't nothing. I thought Diz was just singing the song.
Yeah, so I did too. She actually got it, and we're just being fucking dumb over here. Wow. Jesus.
Okay. What was the other game? Game Face.
Not that one. What's Game Face? Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mm.
Alright. So starts with an E.
Yeah.
That's always the problem is we get these games where like some letters just don't have a lot of games to work with.
Mhm. EverQuest. Or wait. That's
Yeah.
never mind.
Because that ends in T. So that's good.
Is that well, T?
Okay,
Yeah,
EverQuest.
maybe.
There's a lot of games. You can even go with games that are the at that point.
True.
All right, so if we're going with EverQuest, and number 2 needs to start with a T, a T, and end with a W.
Yeah, it's the W that has me concerned.
But it's better to have one like T where there's like a ton of games.
True, yeah. Mm.
I mean,
Let's look at the collection. I don't have a single PS2 game that ends with a W.
I know. I don't.
Okay, I
The
might
only
be able to
thing
help you out if we
Okay.
change number 1. So there is a PlayStation 1 game called Destruction Derby Raw.
Okay. So we just need something that starts with starts with an E and ends with a D.
So yeah, E and D.
E and D. It's funny because the first thing I thought of is doesn't work. Damn it, Earth.
Is there a PlayStation 1 game that's just Evil Dead, or is it Evil Dead and something else? The Fist of the Boomstick or
Yeah, I
something?
know there's Fist of Boomstick. I think there's two. Yeah, I think the PS2 and Xbox One is the Fistful of Boomstick. The first one on the Dreamcast and PlayStation, I think it might just actually be Evil Dead.
Yeah, I think so. I think I could be wrong, but I think there actually is a game that's just Evil Dead.
Oh, there's Evil Dead
Oh!
on PS4. Duh.
Okay.
Okay. I had thought of another one. But we'll save it in case we get stuck with some weird E games again.
All right. So we're going to number 4. So it's got to start with an N.
Mm-hmm. And it could end in anything, but try to think of something good.
Yep.
N.
I mean, there's Ninja Gaiden. And that would give us another N.
Okay, that works. So it starts with N, needs to end in Z.
What the fuck?
Yeah, why would you do that to us?
The only thing I could think of would be Air Guys, but that
There you
starts with
go.
an E, not an N.
Oh. Now we have E ones again? What the hell?
So, okay, what was number 4? Beginning with N again?
Ninja
What did you
Gaiden?
say? Ninja
Yeah.
Gaiden. So N and Z.
Unless you can think of something that starts with an N and ends in an E. And then we could do Air Guys for the next one.
Can you think of something that begins with an N and ends with a D?
Can I look at my Steam stuff?
Because I can help out with the Z. If you want my help.
Nobody Wants to Die. That's a game.
Is it?
Yes.
It actually does sound familiar, but I can't place it.
It's like recent.
Okay, so we're changing 4 to Nobody Wants to Die.
Yeah. Because then you can go with Air Guys.
How the fuck do I... Okay. Egg.
So then we need Y games. East.
Ooh, that's like the only one. Like, what else is there?
Yeah.
What did you say for
Oh,
Y?
Yakuza, but that ends with a Z, so
Oh.
fuck that.
Yakuza.
Or no, it ends with an A. I
No,
can't fucking
A.
spell.
A is not bad.
Yakuza.
A is not bad.
Yeah, A is good. Let's do
go with-
Yakuza. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Yakuza.
So now we need A and ends with M, right?
For number 8, you need something that begins with Y and ends with R.
No. If we did Yakuza, then we're gonna go with A.
Oh, yeah. A and R.
So then it's A and R. Armored. Oh shit, no.
Ooh, army men, land, sea, and air.
Oh,
Damn, that's a
sweet.
long
There
ass
you go.
title. Holy shit.
There you go.
Because my brother Neil played that game a lot, so yeah. All right.
Yakuza
Number
R.
M.
M.
Metroid.
Mercenaries.
Oh, there you go. Mercenaries. And then for the last one, it could be SOS.
Is that a game?
I thought
Yes,
so.
it is. Can't remember if it's actually called SOS, if it's called something else exactly. I'll just double check.
We need the judges to weigh in.
There is actually SOS Ops, so that is S and S anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, well done. We done it.
Hey.
We're getting better at it.
No, we're
All
not.
right.
Don't
That
pretend.
didn't take as long as sometimes we've taken it. So yeah. All right. Nobody asked.
Nobody asked us.
Was someone talking to you? No.
All right. I know this one's a bit obscure, but just because it was episode 316, I went with it. So, WWE's Stone Cold Steve Austin says Breath of the Wild is better than Ocarina of Time. Do you agree?
And that's the bottom line. But I say bullshit.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
I have played none of those. So.
Bye.
I expect probably graphically, probably Breath of the Wild is better, but you
I
know,
would hope.
I haven't.
I just didn't. I couldn't finish Breath of the Wild.
It's a pretty different experience because isn't that one open world?
Yes, I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Yeah.
But Ocarina is like my favorite one. It's one of my favorite ones. I can't decide. I have a lot of like favorite Zeldas, and Breath of the Wild isn't one of my favorite Zeldas.
Diz votes for Breath of the Wild.
Maybe I need to finish it and see what all the hype's about.
I don't think I've ever beaten a, you know, from start to finish of any Zelda game. I've seen bits of it, but no,
I
it's
like
just never
Twilight
really.
Princess. I beat that one. Yeah, I like Zelda, but I haven't really played through a lot of them. I think the only ones I've actually gone all the way through were Twilight Princess and
Wind Waker?
Wind Waker, yeah. I haven't even beaten the original.
Who has?
Probably most Zelda fans, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say me.
All right, moving on.
Oh, I think I
go.
did A Link to the Past. I think I beat that one too.
But that was a good one.
Oh, and I beat Spirit Tracks. Which is weird. Like there's so many that I haven't
so
beaten.
random.
But yeah, I know. Don't ask me why, because I have no answer. I just did.
Tell me why.
Jesus, Diz, 6 times? Why? It's good, but it's not that good. Calm down.
Does anyone actually enjoy stealth in games?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Like it's weird because I like stealth games. Like I love Metal Gear. And there's other games that have stealth in it that I do like, but I don't particularly like the stealth part of it. It just kind of annoys me. It's a lot of trial and error, I think, is my problem with it. Cause like you got to learn like AI paths and shit so you can avoid people. I don't know. It's just kind of tedious to me.
I kind of look at it as a replayability kind of thing. It's like, oh, okay, I've tried it this way. Let's try it this way. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I prefer like when it's an option. Like I like to be able to do stealth, but I don't like when I have to. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
See,
I kind of feel like Splinter Cell, you kind of have to more do it stealth-wise rather than Metal Gear. You can just go around shooting things if you really want to.
Yeah.
I like the way Metal Gear allows for like speed run. Like I can play the first part of Metal Gear like once like there's pathways you can take, you know what I mean? Like I kind of like the speed run aspect of it once you figured it out, where it's like I remember the first time I was in playing Metal Gear being stuck in parts for like ever, just trying to figure out like the patterns and like what the heck you're doing, and then like once kind of even like how Resident Evil the scary grace parts can be, where it's like once you figured it out it's like a zoop, 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 zoop.
Oh. Yeah, part of why I like having the option too is because you can blend it. You know, you can kind of mix it up so it's not all stealth, it's not all action, and you can kind of control when you're going to do what.
So you can start being stealthy, but if you fuck up, like, all right, option B.
Yeah, or even like just depending on your resources or kind of like what you feel like doing. You know, you can do a playthrough that's all murder everything. You can do a playthrough that's all stealth. You can do, you know, kind of a little bit here, a little bit there of whatever you want to do. It's just like when it's like the only thing I can do is stealth, and if I get caught, it ends, and then I have to go back and redo it again. It just gets kind of annoying sometimes.
Yeah, RE2 remake Sherry.
Mhm. There you go.
All right. What video game weapon or armor or item, I suppose, is worth the hell you had to go through to get it? So, for me, since we're talking about Metal Gear and stealth, I was just like, maybe the stealth camouflage thing itself.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in the first Metal Gear Solid game, because that's easy. But
None of them.
in MGS2, I think it's easier and free. But I think particularly in MGS2, because you have to get a certain amount of dog tags and kind of do things specifically, and it's just like, it can be a pain in the ass.
I would say if I could the problem is I haven't unlocked it yet. But if I am able to unlock Leon Kitty Ears, it will be worth it.
You mean in Resident Evil 4?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what you have to do for that.
Like you have to play it on the hardest difficulty. And you might have to have another factor to it as well. I don't know for sure, but it's 100% like on the hardest, not the difficulty I did, like the one you unlock after you beat it on the hardest difficulty. Professional. And like I said, there may be another factor to it, like you may have to do it in a certain time or something. But I want it, but it's really hard to get.
I can't really think
I'll
of
look it
anything
up.
that was like a pain in the ass to unlock that I was like, yeah, I'm so glad that I did this. I mean, most games nowadays you don't even get anything for doing stuff, you know? It's like you get a trophy.
Oh.
The
Oh
cool shit is
no.
locked behind a paywall.
I'm never getting it. In Resident Evil 4 2023, you must complete the main story on professional difficulty with a S plus rank, not New Game Plus, finishing under 5 hours and 15 or fewer saves.
That was pretty
Just
hard,
mod 'em in.
but people can cheese that. I think you can use the like the unlockable weapons and infinite ammo and all that
It
shit.
says no New Game Plus.
Yeah, but you can still use the extra shit, I think, in new game.
Oh.
I think. I could be
I'm gonna
wrong
s-
on that. I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I
say
didn't use them, so I don't know for sure. I was under the impression that you could.
Fine.
I'm gonna say it's either the rocket launcher or linear missile launcher. I can't remember which one in Code Veronica it is, but to unlock it, you have to you need to get the S rank or A rank or whatever it was. You
Yeah,
have to
but
do certain things, and that's fine and all, but it's the fucking scene where you're at the cannon and you have to put the ball in the thing and let it crash down and then pick it up again. That kills me every freaking time. I'm like, no, I
but
will
the
not do
thing
this.
is it worth it though? Like, I don't think it is.
For kitty ears, yes.
No, for what Alec is saying for Code
Oh.
Veronica, I don't think it's worth that.
No.
It can be if you just want to go around blowing shit up with a rocket launcher, but
that's just not for me. Like, I never enjoy that. Like, it's just not. It's so mindless and just like, what is the point of going through if you can just kill everything in one shot? Like, who enjoys that? Why? How is that fun? Like, I know some people enjoy it, and that's fine. I just, like, me personally, I don't get the entertainment value in that.
Okay.
You might as well just like go into autopilot, like just have the game beat itself for you. You know what I mean? Like, you're not really doing anything anymore.
Yeah, I had to admit, when I played it on Sansi mode, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it did become too easy once I did it the Alec way. I was just like, Okay.
You should be able
What
to
else?
unlock the tramp stamp for Leon. That would be an unlockable worthwhile. And it gives you like superpowers or something. Anywho.
Anywho.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this has been a long ass episode.
We talked
But
about
no, it was worth
too
it though.
long.
I figured this one would go longer because I really wanted to go in depth with Requiem. It's a long time coming. It's the first new real Resident Evil game in my opinion, because 7 and Village are not. So
Ethan is mold.
it was a big deal. So I wanted to talk about it. But yeah. Thanks for sticking around for that, everybody. This has been episode 316, or episode 316. There you go. Thanks. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you enjoy the podcast or any of the content at the Ward, please consider helping us grow by sharing our content, liking the video, and subscribing. You can support us through patreon.com/The Ward Productions for access to exclusive content, or you can support us right here on YouTube. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time. What? Bye-bye.
And that's the bottom line.